I know, right?
Oh man,
It's
we're
way
so
more fun
early.
to start early.
Hi everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
You
Let
guys
us,
thought you were gonna get lucky and not see us today.
let us know if there are any issues.
Let me know if I'm too
Audio,
scratchy for you.
video. Let us know if it's all working. I was gonna say we didn't even warn our poor moderators about
No,
this.
we didn't.
So hi, Aiden.
There's Aiden.
I was gonna say I don't know if Nefenjo's gonna
But they're
join us,
still
but
here.
Aiden's on it. So welcome to our 6th year. I'm like, this is 6, right?
I've been on, my current channel has been on YouTube for 7 years, so yes, you guys are 6.
You've outlived us.
I have, but they've done more successful than I have. So.
Well, I say we're not dead yet either.
No.
So we'll have to when our channels die.
Are you
then
saying
we'll
I'm
have a chat.
dead?
No. I'm saying you haven't outlived us until we're both like one of us has to be dead for us to outlive the other one. But we are a newer channel, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is kind of special, and it only happens once a year.
So,
Basically.
for those of you who weren't here last year you got to watch as
It's the worst live chat of our lives,
you
probably.
got to watch as we learned the news that our Mia kitty was dying,
And
well,
actually did die.
actually died. So
Same day.
thankfully today that's not an issue
Yeah.
that we know of.
That live stream is still around, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
it
watch
is,
us
yeah.
bawl our eyes out.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then we came back after she was put down to try to continue the live chat, like the worst conditions to have a live chat with people. But
Well, I mean, it was kind of for us to like cool down, you know.
it did help.
It was,
you
like,
guys
therapeutic.
helped. Yeah, a year ago, you guys helped take our minds off
Yeah.
losing a cat. So thank you for those of you who have been here for a year. Thank you for helping do that and smooth our lives over.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can provide that for some of you guys. So
And
are.
last week-ish, we got a new cat.
We did,
So-
but
True,
she
to
didn't want to
replace
be
her.
here. We tried to settle her down and what, and she just booked it. So
she was
maybe
very,
she'll creep out at some
She was
point.
very.
she's
uninterested
sort
in
of
seeing
getting
you
used to
guys.
living
She
here.
came down here last night.
Yeah,
Yeah, she comes down. I mean, like she eats.
yeah, she's getting used to everything still. So she's not totally on board with us harassing her yet,
Uh-huh.
but she's getting there.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
Oh, we have no idea.
We don't have a really strict
Oh,
agenda
okay.
this evening because it's our birthday and Random Encounters, having turned 6 years old, we like to connect with you guys on our birthdays. Usually in better contexts than losing a cat. So this is our chance this year to do that. Do you want to introduce her? I mean, probably you know who we are.
By the
I'm-
names on our heads.
I'm that person.
I'm that person as well.
No, you're not.
You actually pointed right to your own name.
Oh, you're right. I did.
That was perfect.
I'm
was
that
amazing.
person as
Never
well.
mind, I lied. He is that person.
Yeah,
I'm
totally,
that person.
Totally.
We could have
Wow.
been in different spots just to throw them all off.
Yeah, one of
True.
these days.
So it'll pop up in a couple seconds on the right side.
I was going to say, I just saw something fly by
I
that was
think.
supposed to respond.
Well, it was Courtney Holland. She said that she loves her videos and that she jams every day.
She did.
Jams?
It's true.
Yeah. Jam, 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 jam.
Thank
See?
you. Yeah, there it is. Thank you for spurring that, Courtney. And thank you for donating to us. Yeah, we don't have a firm agenda today, so we're kind of shooting the breeze. I have a weird binder of questions that we've had in the past that we never got to.
Binder of women.
No, it's true. He really does.
Yeah, they're just old questions that we didn't necessarily answer, or that are worth answering more than once if things have changed a little.
Oh, I
So-
have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we actually give them the answers to the Instagram questions?
Instagram questions.
Yeah, some of you guys.
We should.
There's a post, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you already did it?
I didn't answer. I was going to post the answers publicly at some point, but we could do that. If
Well,
you guys want to
get a
play.
sneak peek, eh?
Yeah, if you guys want to play, go check out our Instagram account. It's like instagram.com/IRL_encounters.
Yeah.
Or is it all one word? Instagram.
Underscore.
Okay. Yeah, so if you want to take a look, basically the song titles that are on the videos aren't always the song titles that we started with. So if you want, you can see some of the song titles that they used to have, but we didn't tell you which ones they belong to. So you can go guess which songs you think those link to.
Also, all of you admiring my amazing shirt, Miss Bird found it for me.
I sure did. It's on Amazon. It's called, what is it? Like Flying Ninja Cats in Space.
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
of that sort.
And everyone admiring Miss Bird's outfit. I don't know where.
I
she
got
that.
things in various places,
Peter
but the
didn't
dress
buy
is from Hot Topic from like years ago, so I don't think it's there anymore.
And for those of you admiring Nate's new head hair,
Yeah, I was gonna
he's
say.
just lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm lazy.
I didn't notice he was growing.
I've just
hair.
been really lazy, but we're gonna be at E3 next week. That's why I'm like, I'll do it before E3 of the
Nice.
conventions.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm in public, generally I'm shaved. But when I'm at home and we haven't really gone out for anywhere for a
We don't
month,
leave the house.
I'm really lazy and have
Yeah.
not shaved it.
And
Sure, me too.
seriously, there's really nothing to notice about AJ. So there's
Sorry.
No,
not-
I was
no,
gonna
someone
say.
said AJ's growing hair,
I'm
but
not.
I'm not.
I think
I
they
think they're
meant Nate.
mistaking Nate,
even
but
though
still.
he has
Yeah.
his name.
I
over
mean,
his
it's
name.
not wrong. AJ does grow hair.
I do. I have haircuts every so often. They keep me too long.
You got a
Yeah.
haircut, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. So I should have less hair now than I used to.
Rachel Campbell, no, I will do my best to never wear the same like facial hair that I did for Hello Neighbor, because there's a person from my past that is a very horrible person that I remind myself of when I have that outfit or that facial hair. So not happening unless it really has to.
We like him how he looks as it is.
I
Although
love
you look
his
fine
beard
clean
hair.
shaven too.
It's
Thank
really
you.
fun when I kiss him because it tickles. It's nice.
Oh right, Miss Birdenmeyer dating. Not
Yes, we're
AJ,
very much
so-
dating. These us two, not
Someone
us
asked
two.
a couple minutes ago, and I was like,
Sure.
no.
AJ has his own girly.
She's not here though.
She's not here.
She's at work tonight. Okay, so we will probably take some questions from you guys as well, but we are keeping it loosey goosey, right? So if we
should
decide,
show him the cake.
I was thinking about that, but I don't know how well it's going to show up.
That's true.
I mean,
Never
we can
mind.
find out, but I don't know.
we have a cake.
I'm sorry.
That's also tradition.
You keep like, let's do other things. And
No,
I'm like,
it's okay.
let's do this, let's do that.
We don't
Cake is
have a
not a
firm
lie.
plan. We're
Yeah.
just
No.
like part of this also is
Shooting the breeze.
yeah. We haven't had a musical up in a while, and we still aren't going to have a musical on the channel for a while because if you've been following us, you know we're working on Bendy and the Ink Machine right now, and that's a lot of work. We've been working on the set for the last couple days, and we're going to be working on filming over the next couple weeks. So it's good to be able to connect with you guys that you know we're alive. We do care about the channel. We do want to keep making musicals.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest breaks we've had. Definitely the biggest break
In a
of this
long
year.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, that being said, though, there is a musical coming out this Friday. Actually, it's just not going to be on our channel. So we're gonna post a behind-the-scenes video. I don't know if we're probably allowed to announce who it's with
Sure.
at this point.
I think so.
I'm in it.
You are in it. So am I.
Yeah, and
So
so
is
is he.
I am.
I technically am.
Oh, in the
end.
background.
I'm not one. Yeah, I'm not one of the main
Yeah.
characters, but
Yeah.
I'm in the end thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing a musical for Best Fiends, the original game, not Best Fiends Forever, which is the one we did like
the cat slugs.
with
I was in
cat
that one
slugs.
too.
Yeah. So we returned to Best Fiends, and there's a new musical coming out. But it's not going to be on our channel. It's going to be on the Best Fiends YouTube channel.
And that'll come out this Friday at, what did they say, 9 p.m.? No, 9 a.m.?
It's probably something like
It's
that.
somewhere around there. It's about
Yeah.
around the same time we usually post on Fridays. And we are going to post a behind-the-scenes video to accompany it on
Yeah.
our channel. So you can see a Random Encounters musical, just not on our channel.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out last month. Things happened, so it's coming out this month. And for those of you on Patreon, I'm still gonna send all of you guys from last month. I'm gonna send all of you the music from that song.
Well, those of you who are on that music tier.
Well, yes.
But yeah. So stay tuned for that. And we are working on Bendy and the Ink Machine. Speaking of Patreon, anybody who's supporting us is probably waiting for updates on Patreon because we do that. And we haven't filmed an update yet, but now that we've been building the set, we'll probably film some of the set for you special people.
Well, I was gonna say, do we want to just show them at least a piece of it right
Sure.
now? I'll go get it.
All
I'll
right.
take. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll sit here and do nothing.
Isn't it all underneath the
Do you
stuff?
want to play patty
getting
cake?
I'll be careful.
Flattened.
There are rules to patty cake, apparently. I don't understand them.
Well, what do you mean there's rules of patty cake? It's hit the other person's hand and don't mess up.
Oh. There's
Right?
no other patterns?
That's too many rules for it.
I was gonna say, I don't want to hit hands.
I mean, patty cake is the song, right? So patty cake, baker's man, and that stuff. What rules are in that one?
Well, you have to roll it and pat it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for a baby and me.
Oh.
Because your baby the clown. So.
Well, I mean, those aren't rules. It's just how it goes, right?
Oh, here it
Roll
comes.
it and pat it and mark it with a B.
So we're building this video's the musical is gonna be stop motion, which means we need a tiny little set for the characters to perform on. So this is a small piece of that's in frame. this is a small piece of the set. You've probably seen that is the wood walls that Bendy's got, and this is going to be covered in wallpaper or whatever. So yeah, it's begun. We're working on it. Maybe not exactly pretty hard because we're lazy.
Lazy.
AJ was slaving over there with scissors. I don't know.
I was. I tried to catch up on TV.
It's
while I
you who
over
was
there.
lazy playing Dragon Age while he's using scissors.
He needs a break sometimes.
And so
right?
do you.
Yeah.
We got a good amount of work done on it last
So
night.
TV
I was gonna say we plugged. I was trying to catch up on Gotham because that just ended. Except I missed an episode because I went too long without catching up.
He watches it
So-
on Fox's website, even though I repeatedly tell him I have Hulu Plus, which doesn't just have the past 5 episodes, has every season, every episode.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I should have waited. Either
Well, you
way,
can just borrow my my Hulu Plus.
the point is, I did work on things and I did get to watch television while doing it. But I don't do very well working on things and watching stuff at the same time. I get distracted easy. Anyway, we've got questions from these guys. We got questions from the past. We could just chat about stuff.
I mean, technically, these questions are also from the past.
Well,
Now they
I
are.
suppose
This is
so.
true.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Shut up, Nate.
Oh, Peter.
Especially that Duke question. That was from yesterday.
well, okay. So how do you guys want to go
in the
about
book?
this? You want to see what the book says to do?
Oh.
I'm gonna stare at my
Baby
phone.
cat. There's a cat, guys.
Baby!
Are you gonna come hang out with us? You can come hang out with us.
Also, we're streaming at 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight because we decided we wanted to, and it's our birthday. So
Yeah, we get to do what we want on our
haters
birthday.
gonna hate.
We get to do what we want.
How come you guys haven't sang happy birthday to us?
Okay, here's a question.
Some of them.
Segway. Woo!
Diana asks, what are your thoughts on raisins?
Thoughts on raisins. Thank you.
Alrighty
The
then.
fire back here.
Okay, raisins.
What are our
huh?
thoughts on raisins?
Screw them.
Screw raisins. All right.
I generally don't like them.
Yeah, I'm down with raisins. You know,
Right, so I'm a
they're like
90s kid, right?
pretty great.
And
Those
there used
boxes?
to no.
Oh.
There used to be a raisin band,
Oh,
The California
the
raisins?
California
Yeah.
raisins, and
Those
those
are
are my
creepy, yeah.
favorite raisins in the world because
They're
they
creepy.
sing and they're cute. Apparently, they're creepy.
They're creepy.
But I love
creepy.
them. That's my thoughts on raisins.
Okay.
Is that I want all raisins to be like them.
Okay, Nate, what are your thoughts on
I
raisins?
generally don't like raisins at all. But if I will eat chocolate covered raisins if they are around.
Nice.
I won't go out of my way to find them.
Okay.
But if there's a box that somebody has at a movie theater or something, I'll share in them.
Okay.
Legit.
Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like raisins
Also,
or
it
hate
looks
them.
like Nate's head's on fire.
Nate's head is on fire. Put it out. Cool. Let us know if you like or dislike raisins. We'll find out who's in the minority and who's in the majority.
Everyone's now saying happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry. Yawn. Cool.
Can you do another musical with Markiplier or just like any YouTuber actually?
Someday.
So somebody.
Basically anybody, just somebody who's not part of our YouTube channel, because our YouTube channel is just a good vehicle for other people's YouTube channels. like that.
Salt. Oh.
I'm partly kidding, but yeah, people definitely want to see other YouTubers come be on this channel. That'd be cool. Except you have to steal them from their own channels, which means they're not making things on their channel, which they don't generally like because they have to survive and their fans get angry if they're not showing up on their own channels.
Like we're doing to our fans right now.
Yeah, by putting something on the Best Fiends channel instead of on our channel.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, and you have to work with them and make sure that they're not messing up their relationships with their fans. So yeah, if we ever turn to kidnapping people, you'll be the first to know about it,
Yes.
and you can enjoy the benefits of that while we're not captured
I feel
by
like
the
there's
police.
this belief that fans have online that all YouTubers
Are like super
are super buddy, close
Uh-huh.
knit, and can instantly be like, "Hey, do this," and be like, "Okay."
And
It's everyone has their own lives, and
To some degree, it's true because some YouTubers are really super connected to certain
Yes.
other YouTubers.
Yeah.
But you can't go around assuming that that's the case.
Yeah.
collaborations can take a lot of work.
Yeah, more often than not, they are not actually as good of friends as you and your friends probably are.
Yeah.
I feel like when we collaborate with other people, it's a lot harder than like other YouTubers collaborating with other YouTubers because you guys come from like the film school mindset. So you guys, have to put like extra work in. You like just don't make up a skit on the fly and then shoot it like a lot of YouTubers do. There's like, a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So they have to literally take a whole day off to come be in a thing.
Yeah.
And some can't really afford to do that. So it's hard to steal them and put them in something because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, so a good example of that is when Mark works with Matthias versus when Mark works with us. Because when Mark works with Matthias, they do like cool games and challenges together and like stuff that's kind of fun. When Mark comes to work with us, it's basically
work.
It's like a film shoot. People get paid thousands of dollars to do that, and they're trained actors and stuff like that. So it's not just fun and games. He gets told to do it again a different way, do it again, and then he gets told to do it 400 times into the wee hours of the morning, to the point where you're tired and grumpy and wishing that you could just go home, and you're tired of getting hit in the face with something, or tired of having a weird bear puppet like lurk over your shoulder all night.
Or tired of Enos playing the kazoo in your earballs.
Yeah, tired of crouching in weird ways like this so that the camera can see you, but you're close enough to the ground. Like, it's not comfortable or easy. And if we start playing just, children's games or things like that with YouTubers, we'll probably have more of them sign up and want to come work with us. And it's a testament to the ones that have worked with us that we put them through the rigmarole trying to make these musicals with us.
Yeah.
It's not easy and it's not necessarily always fun,
No.
but a lot of them are proud of what they made with us. So. Anyway, we'll try. We'll never stop trying, I think.
Stop.
Also, if your question is where is Nate Wants to Battle or where is Markiplier, why are they not on this stream?
They're at their house.
Same deal. They're at their house. They're doing their thing.
Yeah,
We're doing our thing.
They don't
Nate
live
is not
here.
in his house. He just went to another convention.
Fair point.
He's in Florida still,
Or a
right?
tour. I think he actually just went to Texas? Question mark.
Okay.
I lose track.
Fair enough.
I
Well,
don't know. He's
they're
been on
do-
tour and he goes to conventions.
Yeah,
so.
right now they're doing their own thing, and so are we.
Basically, the only YouTubers that live here are Random Encounters and Sparrow Rain.
Yep.
That's it.
And Sketty Yeti.
And Sketty Yeti, I guess.
Anyway,
So,
hopefully
yeah.
I've cleared the air of a few questions.
Indeed.
Couple. Nate,
Oh,
have you?
and yes, there is music playing in the background. If it's too quiet or too loud, let me know, and I can up it or down it.
Okay.
A question of interest, not a deep question, but
Okay.
Gamer Girl 133 asked at one point in time, people keep mentioning the beard in the ending of the musical. I'm assuming she's talking about Beard Salute. What's the deal about it? Is it just something you like to add as a little extra?
No, she's talking about the beard being in the musical and people finding him.
I think she's talking about
but it says the ending
at
of
the end of
musical.
the
Well, we
video.
don't know what musical this was.
So-
Oh.
Because
Well,
the
I
beard
guess
does
maybe
show up
there's
at the
just
end of
the
the
Either
beard
way,
in
those
general.
are both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the beard in general.
The beard in general.
Are you gonna throw that over my head again?
He's gonna gently set it over the edge now.
Miss Bird, rap. What?
Rap about the beard.
I
Answer the
can't
question
rap.
with a rap.
I don't. I'm no bueno at it. I'm white. I'm sorry.
Yes, apologize for that. How dare you?
The beard. I'm gonna turn up the music actually just a little, so you guys can talk about the
You talk
beard.
about
Music
the
is
beard,
too
AJ.
quiet. The beard is a character that existed before we started on YouTube, and it was just a joke project that Nate and I worked on. But then when we started Random Encounters, actually I think it wasn't until Peter and I, because the beard's not in Needle Mouse, our first musical ever. So when Peter and I made Sing a Pikachu song, which was the actual first Random Encounters video that went on the channel, there was an instance where we needed to put a bunch of Pokemon in it, and instead of just doing nothing but a series of Pokemon, we decided, wouldn't it be fun to drop an Easter egg in here that no one knows, it's not even a Pokemon. And so I went ahead and drew the beard in there, because the beard was this background joke that we kind of had amongst ourselves. So once you do it once, you kind of feel like doing it over and over and over again. I like that picture. That's great.
That's Thomas Sanders.
Okay, so he and I have the same face.
Yeah.
We trade face.
Yeah.
I mail it to him so he can wear it. So yeah, after using it once and people kind of laughing about the fact that they didn't know who the hairy thing was, it became just kind of a trend. Like, let's keep using it. And a lot of YouTubers and internet video people have Easter eggs like that. They're just a trademark of their channel. So it's nice to have a brand that uses the same joke over and over. And obviously we've given him bigger parts.
And Beard Salute just kind of. How did that even generate?
Well, you got to sign off somehow. Everybody's got their distinct sign.
I don't know how you came up with it, but it just kind of randomly happened, and
Yeah.
it was Cthulhu, and I don't know.
I don't know. You got to have a sign off. And for a channel that has the beard on it, like the beard is like our mascot. Because you can't like, oh, Mario or Peach or Pikachu. It's like, these are all like, they exist for companies. The beard doesn't exist anywhere off our channel, really. He's like our thing.
He exists on Markiplier's channel now.
He has made his rounds to a few other, he's gonna exist on the Best Fiends channel soon.
Oh, yes!
So anyway, the beard gets
like a
around.
virus.
Yes, the beard
Spreads
virus.
to other channels.
Yeah, but he always starts here. So if you find the beard someplace, you can assume he's related to us.
And he's gonna be in Bendy.
He will be
Yep.
in Bendy. It's
Yep.
true. It's gonna be one of his biggest roles yet, actually.
Or smallest.
Touche.
Oh, a pun.
Touche.
A pun.
Anyway, anybody else have anything that they want to add about the beard?
Eh.
How does it feel that your Hello Neighbor musical has over 11 million views? It kind of floored us, honestly. We knew it was going to do well, but, so, okay, Miss Bird wants to take credit, as she should. A couple months before, she was like, hey, so look, Hello Neighbor is becoming a thing that the internet cares about. You should really think about doing it. And for a while we were like, okay, probably we'll get to it, but finally we were like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it, and it will do pretty well. It did a lot better than pretty well.
It did a lot better than FNAF, the musical, which I didn't think was possible.
Right.
I'm like, there's nothing we're ever gonna make that's just like gonna do as well as FNAF the musical, especially not without Markiplier in it or something. So yeah, we're definitely beyond floored at how much you guys have watched and shared the Hello Neighbor song. And that's awesome. So thank you for doing that.
And we have that one to thank, at least in part,
Yeah.
for it.
That's true.
And yeah, I mean, every time that a new alpha comes out, we get it looks like we're probably gonna get a spike on the musical, and that's kind of awesome. And the newest alpha included like
An Easter egg to us, yeah.
an RE logo on the record,
Yeah.
which
so,
is really cool.
yeah, if you get to the big like the miniature closet room where all the things are gigantic, you can find a record on the shelf in there that has a big RE logo on it, which we thought was awesome. So
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, everyone. Nate, I think, is wanting to read from the binder.
from the magical book.
It's a baby cat.
I love this kitty. He's mine.
Aw.
Oh, there is a question about the beard from Deve Seraph. Are we ever going to do a musical about the beard, or is he trapped to his role as an Easter egg?
We don't know.
I don't think that's all the options. I don't think it's fair to say he's either trapped as an Easter egg or he's in a musical.
We've definitely talked about an entire narrative, political thriller with the beard or something.
Political thriller
No,
sounds
sorry,
weird.
not political thriller. What was a spy thriller? I guess.
I don't know. We've
I
just
don't-
gone like action
Yeah.
thriller or something.
Anyway,
like that.
so we've thought about different things, and who knows? It might happen. Maybe he'll be in a video game.
I'm just thinking we have gotten more brazen about featuring the beard and things. There was a time where he had to be relegated to little bit parts appearing because we knew people didn't get him. Well, as the channel gets bigger and there are more of you guys watching, the more it's empowered us to be bold and just kind of throw him in spots that we're not afraid of people not getting, because we go, you know what? Enough of our people will get it. It's a safe gamble to make.
Yeah.
So a great example of that is Phoenix Wright. Using the beard as prominently as a linchpin in that whole series was a really daring move that we can only do because enough of you guys are watching and will accept us doing that. So Bendy and the Ink Machine is going to be the next iteration of us getting adventurous with the beard and giving him a primary part in something that we know fans of the game won't recognize him from, but fans of our channel will completely adopt him into that story. There you go.
Cool.
We'll probably keep doing that with him, give him bigger parts. Sorry, Nate. Mer.
Kaya asks, do you plan on making your own video games at some point?
Yes, Peter and I decided to make a video game at one point. It's on the back burner for now.
There are a lot of different ideas that different groups of us have come up with that are really interesting and where we want to do, but just haven't gotten to it yet, and we don't have the resources or the skills, etc., to make them. But yeah, there will, if we continue on the trajectory that we're on now, definitely there will be video games in the future. They won't be Random Encounters related specifically. They'll just be good ideas.
There'll be a whole series featuring the beard.
Or that.
Like the shirt AJ has, Mississippi beard and the Temple of... Ooh.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, you're not wearing that one?
No, I'll wear the
Well, we
beard suit.
actually talked. AJ and I talked about making a video game, like a demo of like an Assassin's Creed shooter kind of thing where you're the beard, but you can like run on the ceiling and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking of the mechanics for Lucio on the walls when he's like skating in Overwatch. I'm like, that's kind of like the beard going across like walls. It's really like fluid and easy to do. So yeah, if there was going to be a random encounters not musical video game though, anybody got like an idea for that? Would that be fun to make? Would that be terrible to make?
I don't know anything about coding, so you're asking the wrong.
Right.
No, this
It's
is
a
idea.
game- yeah,
this
like
is
a-
idea generator.
Oh, okay.
Game development.
I'm like, sure.
Random encounters based.
Yeah, if we were gonna try to make something based on the channel for like encounters to
Don't
play.
know if there's anything that we really
The
own the rights
best-
to other than like the beard. Is like what?
I don't think I'd want to put myself in a game now.
Yeah, I mean the best we could do is like a visual novel.
I've been
And
in a video game
even
before.
that's-
I'd say you could do a
Weird.
rhythm game with
Sort
your
of.
songs,
True.
but
Yeah,
that's
plug
the
those
problem is you'd have to avoid copyright.
So I guess I've already crossed that bridge.
Oops.
There was a decent idea in here, other than doing a beard one, which I would count as random encounters. Somebody suggested a Resident Enos game.
Okay,
And I'm
fair.
like, absolutely.
This
I
one
would
wants
totally
to run
play
a
Resident-
D&D campaign with Resident Evil.
I would. I'd love to write some like D&D campaigns
Yeah.
where you get to like play as like survivors and like you have
You
Enos
should work with
accompanying
John
you.
on that.
I know. The one thing is, John wanted to make sure that Enos wouldn't have too big a role, or else it stops being about the players and too much about this NPC with them. And I agree. You wouldn't want to make Enos so important that you feel like it revolves around him. You just want him to be there to help trigger things
So-
for them to deal with.
So
a
he
lot.
won't. You don't get to play as Enos ever. He's
Exactly.
An NPC, and then
Yeah.
it's not Mark and Dodger. It's whatever characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
probably
You
get
find
something.
Enos in a building someplace by himself or something,
I think
and he
it would be
accompanies
kind of
you on
fun
your-
if there was an instance that triggered where like everybody role swapped for like a brief period of time,
Okay.
so somebody actually does play Enos.
You know, that's like the
I mean that you've got a script like that.
yeah, that's the story that Dodger wanted us to do, where everybody had a body swap
Yeah.
episode.
John is
So
the
it'd be
most
based on it.
amazing DM, Aiden. I've been through several, and he has been the best I have encountered so far.
He still couldn't recover from you though.
I broke his game, and I didn't mean to. That's what happens when you.
He
take
just,
your
I think,
character
wasn't
health.
prepared for it.
He should have been. I'm
Yeah, he
most
should have.
unpredictable one.
He's known you longer than any of us.
Right? I'm all like, come on, John.
Maybe he thought she was gonna reel in for working with us as newbies or something, and then she totally didn't
Wait.
reel it in particularly.
I assumed that he had all of his bases covered, all right?
Mm.
So
Well, in hindsight, it sounds like he has new bases to cover his old ones.
basically what happened is that in his world there is a hell plane, and my character personally wants to figure out all the harmonies that are in his world to make like the perfect song to like unite all the peoples and, you know, be peaceful and stuff, you know. So like, you know, world harmony or whatever. And she hadn't been to hell before, so she wanted to go there to, you know, figure out what resonates there and incorporate it into her magical song that was going to unite everybody. But he didn't plan for that, so basically the game was over once that charade happened. So
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah. There was. I tried to remember, but I have a really bad memory. Someone asked whether we're going to make a Bendy musical for every chapter that comes out.
Oh.
And we've talked about that. We are leaving our options open. We're not against making multiple Bendy musicals based on, like, you know, maybe the first and second chapter, and then another musical about the third and fourth chapter, or something like that. But it totally depends on how well Bendy does, because it's going to be a lot of work, no matter what. So
Yeah.
we're kind of taking it slow on that. We're definitely not going to say, oh yeah, we're doing it. We're doing multiple Bendy musicals. We're also not going to say, no, we'd never do that.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
There's a possibility. There's certainly a possibility.
So there's a question that I laughed at earlier, so I had to go back and find it. Demon Girl Voice had asked, do you have Dark Tuber versions of you? Kind of like Darkiplier is Mark's version. It's basically an evil persona.
I
Yeah.
cosplayed Shadow Risei once. Does that count?
No,
Okay.
I don't think
I do.
You do?
I do.
What do you mean?
It
Okay.
comes up on Minecraft, like on Patreon all
Is
the
this
time.
AJ Pinkerman?
Yes, it is. So I have an alternate identity online called AJ Pinkerman, who is an evildoer. And I found this like on like a YouTube villains wiki or something. I think it's since been corrected, so somebody went and fixed it. But it was so funny, I screen capped it and like put it on my social media for a while. Because somebody named me AJ Pinkerman and had a picture of me from like our FNAF musical as Purple Guy. And like listed like my official title was evildoer or something. I can't even remember half the things. I just know, I think it was one of those like, oh, when he signs off, he likes to say, AJ, I'm AJ, or something like, it was full of little things that I thought were super hilarious.
Nice.
So now like on Patreon, that's what people know as my evil side is AJ Pinkerman. So there's the Pinkerman curse.
I think I am the evil side of my YouTuber.
So you
I
have
think
like
there needs to be like a, yeah.
So there's a good version
There's a
of you
good
out there?
version of me somewhere, but I'm definitely the evil one, I feel.
we should find the good version of you someday. Find out who that is.
Oh, that one died a long time ago.
Well, that would explain a lot. Gotcha. Anybody else? Nate, do you have an evil? Do you think the shovel werewolf is your dark tuber?
I don't think the shovel werewolf is evil. He's a tortured soul.
It's
His
not his
rental
fault.
floss?
Brental Floss is your dark tuber.
Yes, Brental Floss is my dark tuber.
Oh man.
Anthony
Or am I
Penna,
Brandon?
question: what is your content? Anyone who doesn't know, I don't know how you
What
got
do you mean
here.
you don't know what our content is?
Well,
Sorry,
I mean, yeah.
excuse me. What?
Anyone who got here somehow, we make musical numbers about video games. We basically make video game songs, and we dress up in costumes and we sing them, and they're silly and absurd and usually relatively PG rated. And yeah, that's what we do. Welcome to our channel. I hope you check out our work.
Dental floss?
It's Brental Floss. Most of the people on this channel are too young probably for Brental Floss.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing as much lately.
He doesn't. He's gotten into
Game design.
game
He
design,
made
I think,
a Ace Attorney musical before we did, and it's pretty okay.
I think his most popular song.
He did one song for Ace Attorney.
Yeah, it was a musical-ish thing.
We'll call it that.
Well, we do one song musicals.
I
all
know,
the
but
time.
his was based on like specifically like the song, like he does his with lyrics series.
I know.
So he did a with lyrics
Yeah.
video.
Anyway, Nate wants to talk.
So would you call Rhythm Thief not a musical because it was a song with lyrics?
Uh-oh.
Touche. It was like a compilation of several songs from the game, but it is a with lyrics type song.
Anyway,
That's true.
back to Nate.
Just say his Dr. Mario is probably the one that everyone knows the most. I feel like
him?
from Brental
Yeah.
Floss. Yeah.
Yeah, Mega
Dr.
Man
Mario.
2, I think, was one
Something
that.
really okay. That one
even
okay.
you know it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
But his Dr. Mario one is really good. So.
Yeah. Mega Man is a good one too. Yeah.
no, why is there cat hair
Dental
in my
No, he helped
shoe,
design the-
cat?
Use your words.
Use your
is the
words.
name.
Yeah. Anyone's ever played that game, he helped
Yeah,
make it.
that's one of his recent projects. Brent the Gamer, not Brent the Floss. Hey, Random Encounters, what is the most dangerous thing you've done on camera? That's an excellent question. So the most dangerous
Fire
thing.
Bones comes to mind, but that wasn't me on camera. That was me behind the camera on a windshield of a moving car.
Yeah, that's kind of.
If you don't know what that is, look up Spider Bones on our YouTube channel.
It's like a little, I don't know, Halloween project? Is that what it was?
I don't even remember.
Why couldn't Peter do it? I forget.
Peter probably was
Was
when
it
he,
his
yeah, I think
surgery?
he was back
Okay,
in the
that's
hospital.
what it
I was
happened.
bedridden.
So I was like, Miss Berry, will you climb on the hood of the car and film this?
While I drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I drove
sure.
around with her on the hood of the car so we could film that.
It was scary.
Three.
done that
We have
before.
3 cats. So yes, the most dangerous thing I have done.
Stab.
It might. Well, okay. The most dangerous thing I did to a camera was attaching a $10,000 film camera
Oh, yeah.
to a extension cord and lowering it down like this
3
balcony,
stories.
several
Yeah.
stories of balcony. So that could have been a really expensive mistake. But the most physically dangerous for myself was I was supposed to act as if I was going into a coughing fit and then die. And I ended up just coughing to the point where I threw
You
up.
almost died.
I literally threw up
That
into
sounds
the
like a
bowl of
Peter
cereal in front of me.
That sounds like a Peter moment.
Yeah.
The director was really impressed.
I'm sure.
Method acting.
Method acting. That's the way.
AJ,
Oh, maybe you know what? It was being in a box with no eye holes punching and kicking and like throwing people
That
at
was
things.
safe. That was perfectly safe.
Oh yeah,
Says
your
the
butt
man-
says so,
Says
huh?
the man who got thrown into a cactus.
I threw him into
That
a
was
cactus
mostly safe.
and I punched your face out. Like
His nose was sticking out. It was a clear shot.
I took his head off and I beat Peter with it.
my robot head, not
Yeah.
my physical,
Yeah.
like, not my bodily head.
Yeah.
It wasn't on camera. The most dangerous thing, actually, there are two dangerous things I've done that weren't on camera. One of them was at film school, jumping off a balcony dressed as I wasn't dressed as Batman. That's a problem. We were doing
That's
it.
not the only problem.
So the
You were
guy dressed as
testing.
Batman could do it, and we weren't sure if it was safe. So like, I was tired of like thinking about it. So after we cut for the night and everybody went home, I decided to just jump off the balcony and see if it was okay. And it wasn't okay. It hurt a lot, and I like crawled back up the stairs because my palms were like full
You're
of
gonna
like
be
gravel
like
and stuff.
70 and have
I know.
spinal problems. Be like, oh, it's because I jumped off that balcony.
Yeah, it like hurt for like a week because like I hit the ground and my feet didn't like stop me, so the rest of me just kept falling after I landed and just like sprawled everywhere on the pavement. It was
You
like,
told me you felt like your spine like went out of your
it
back.
felt like it shot like a Mortal Kombat move. Like you hit the ground, their spine's like. It hurt a
You
lot.
said that was one. What was the other?
The other one that wasn't on camera was actually on our way out to film the Vaults of Fallout, which is like literally the most dangerous thing that's ever happened, I think.
Oh, right.
Because we had stacked bricks over the door to hold a light up when we were filming
Sonic Boom.
I didn't do that. That's stupid. I would never do that.
She's
is on
correct.
me.
It is stupid.
This problem is totally on me.
It was almost on
Long
me.
list of things Peter does that are stupid. Like,
Yesterday it was
like
putting
whipped
whipped
cream.
cream in the freezer.
I ended up very safe.
Oh,
an aerosol can of whipped cream.
An aerosol can, yes.
No damage.
Do not put
upon me.
aerosol in the freezer, guys. Don't do it.
it's a bad idea.
All right. Anyway,
So I go out to the what do you call it, shed, I guess, where we're gonna film it, and I threw open the door so that we could go in because it was one of those like sliding doors you lift up. And then I realized before walking in, I was like, oh, I forgot the cord for the lights. And I turned around to go get the cord. And as I turned around, a brick fell right in front of me from the ceiling and smashed all over the cement. And it was literally like 2 feet in front of me. Like if I'd taken a step into the thing after opening the door, it would have landed right on my head. And instead, I stopped in mid-step and went, oh, I forgot a cord, and turned around to get it, and the brick hit the floor.
it's those moments I think that God exists.
It felt like he did. I was like, I don't think I even had words. It was one of those like you just turn around and you're like, oh,
I'm alive.
that should have been my head. Okay.
Nate,
I feel like most of the dangerous stuff we did was in high school.
that counts.
Is it when
Like-
you were like in a Hawaiian shirt in the snow?
There were some.
That was, I guess it was technically dangerous being in an open Hawaiian shirt with no undershirt and sandals in the middle of winter in New
yeah, walking
York.
around. Yeah,
Because yeah, that's like, I'm gonna get frostbite.
It was like negative
Everywhere.
5 or something.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But like we had a sword fight on a riverbed once.
Yeah, with actual swords. Yeah.
Yep, we did our
Like
Batman
slippery
actual
rocks with
swords.
algae on them and stuff.
We
You guys like
filmed-
jumping from them.
A car chase for Batman and Spider-Man Save Christmas using actual cars in a parking lot. I mean, we
Yeah, it
weren't
was
going too
empty.
fast,
I said, I don't remember
but we
anybody.
were still like driving
But you
around.
were going too furious.
Yeah.
Oh,
We did have, I think, the
shut up.
trunk open on one car so somebody could ride and
Yeah.
film from the trunk or
Yeah,
something.
so we had like AJ
Yeah.
was driving or something as like
Yeah, we had to do some
Spider-Man, and somebody was like hanging out the car filming it.
Yeah.
The car they were chasing.
Yeah, there were a couple of those.
It was
Huh.
it's good times.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of bad decisions we've made over
yes.
the years.
Yeah.
We had Aubrey on the car when we were filming.
We did. Yeah, we put somebody else on the hood of a car and did a
car.
musical
Why
number
do
with
you
her.
put people on
Because
cars?
it's usually okay. It's never actually ended poorly for us.
Stop hurting
No
people.
one's ever actually gotten run over by the car or something. So-
Or flown off of it or anything.
Yeah, there's a scene that was actually scary because she was supposed to fall off the front of the car. So she had to go.
Oh, that was even more dangerous than what I had to do.
Yeah, because like we were still driving, we were filming it, but she had to act like she was like going off the front of the car.
And we're like,
I'm
let's not run her over.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that. We must have stopped the car when she actually stopped or something. I don't know. It sounds like a terrible idea. Don't do this stuff. Like, find safer, smarter ways of doing it. You have better technology than we did. You can like composite this stuff in or something. Miniatures.
Spiggy.
Throw that question.
Yeah.
Spiggy wants to know if there are ways to audition for random encounters. In general, we don't really accept open auditions because we have like the group of people that we.
No, I
work
haven't
with
read it
on a-
yet.
that we work with on a consistent basis.
Just gonna throw it up.
But if you're on Instagram and our Twitter and our Facebook, sometimes we will put out kind of casting calls or requests for fan art or something like that. So just stay connected to our social media, and very occasionally we will put out something that is kind of in that vein, and that's pretty much your best.
If you are really good and really local, send us some sample of something you've done, because sometimes we are looking for people who are very local, like, within,
That
I
live
don't know,
like
5
in
miles.
20
Southern
miles
California.
within us, yes,
Yeah.
that we just
Yeah.
want to put in a musical. So
And so if you are like that and you're super professional and stuff like that, you can find our email on the YouTube
to
channel.
give you an idea of what I mean by local, anyone in LA. LA, California, Los Angeles, not like, Louisiana or Rhode Island, like
I live in
Rhode Island, LA, Rhode Island.
I mean, to be fair, if you're Hayden, you email us from Canada and are like, "I'm awesome. Here's the stuff I've
yeah,
done."
but
Yeah.
Hayden
and then
is-
she flew
Okay, if you're
herself
also
down
like
here.
a voice actor or have been an
Yes.
actor in like TV or something, then
If we are
yes.
doing a Honey Pop musical and you say, "Hey,
I
I want to be in
voiced the
something,"
Honey
I was
Pop
also in
characters.
Honey Pop.
Yeah.
then yes, we will probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most important thing I think to take away from all of that is you need to have demo reels. You
Yes.
need to have done something that you can show us, because if you say I'm really good but I haven't had a chance to do anything, unfortunately we're not going to be the first people to take that gamble on you and find out.
Yeah.
So you'll have to have shown, you got to show us something of your talent.
And if you haven't been in anything, my voice acting professor in college used to say, just pick like something from your favorite TV show or play or like anime or something,
Something that
and
you
just
know-
record you doing lines from it and or singing from it or whatever, and just compile like a reel of it, just doing that. So you don't have to be all like, oh, well, I've done professional things. You can
Yeah.
really just hack
Yeah.
it in your bedroom, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
Because if you're good enough, we're gonna be able to hear that through no matter what you send. If you're really good and you don't have professional stuff, we're gonna notice anyway.
Yeah, everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah.
That was us too.
Yeah.
We didn't start out working with companies, but Sega, asking for a bunch of fan work, saw what we made, and they passed it around in the company and said, have you seen this yet? This is really funny. Like, these guys made a really fun musical number. And so you have to start somewhere, but the first part is make something.
Yeah.
Show that you can do it. So anyway,
So this person
Good
in
luck.
this binder,
Ooh.
Sammy Gamer 16 wants to know, will there be more Enos? Also, how did you get Disney XD to help with Monster Gulch? I seriously think that Resident Enos has potential to become a TV show. That's how awesome I think it is. Oh, and how did you make the robot look like Balloon Boy in Night 4?
well, I don't think the
So
Balloon
there's
Boy
like
question is
5
relevant.
questions on this piece of
That was
paper.
mostly a Resident Enos
Yeah,
question.
mostly.
Anyway, goodbye.
Yeah, we think Enos should be a TV show too.
We've pushed hard to make it a TV show, so you're not alone if you think that would be fun.
Wow,
to watch.
Enos 2 is in the background right now. Good timing.
Perfect time.
Dun, I have mind reading abilities.
Apparently.
I don't.
Are you watching the stream right now, like on your phone?
I could be.
She'd have to be listening.
Ah, yes. So, how did Disney get involved with making Resident Enos 2?
They just put a call out on Maker Studios for, hey, we need people who have a great idea and a lot of talent, and we're gonna give you a lot of money to make one thing.
Yeah,
And
they did.
We
Yeah.
pitched a number of things, and we finally settled on Resident Enos 2. We already have a demo reel of it because we have Resident Enos 1.
It's funny because now I'm thinking about it. We actually didn't start out on that project. We had a different one that was going to be animated, and they were fine with that. They were going to move forward with an animation with us. But the more, Peter and I, we finished a call with them, and we went to we were like, this is a fun opportunity, and we like this idea, but wouldn't it be more fun to work on more like Resident Enos? Because that's like where our hearts are, is like making more Enos stuff. So like we were like, should we say that to them? I don't know if it's a good idea. So we came back to them like a day later, like, could we get another call? We actually want to talk about something different. And they were super flexible about like, they got in touch, and they were, when we said, we'd like to actually make something like our first Resident Enos, we want to make a sequel. They were like, we actually saw that video, we really liked it, and we were kind of hoping you would want to do something like that. So it was almost like matches made in heaven, going like, really? Well, would you be okay if we switch the idea and make that? And they were like, sure, like you already have like the materials, you don't even have to show us stuff anymore. Like just send us the script when it's ready. So the only holdouts then were like, we have to make sure that, Mark and Dodger are okay with this. And they were both like, sign me up, I'll do another one. So yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. We don't have any future plans for Resident Enos exactly because we're waiting on Disney to figure out if we're gonna ever do more of it with them. But it's okay, because maybe one day we'll do it without them if they don't want to do it with us. We'll find out.
And we do own the rights to it. We didn't sell away our souls or anything, so...
But it is
Yeah.
kind of in this limbo of like,
Sure. Yeah. But
Basically, the way that a lot of the industry works is you get what's called an option, and an option is where a company will buy temporary rights to an idea or a project or a script or something like that, and once the option is up, the rights revert back to the original creator, which is us. So we're waiting for Disney's option to run out, because they've pretty much seemingly decided that they don't want to move forward with the show.
here's a question. Have you emailed them and going, yo, I want to make 3. Can I make
we've-
3?
we haven't begged for a 3 specifically. We've kind of pushed for, did you see to? Did you like to? Do you want to continue with this? And they've been a lot of like, So we haven't gotten them to even agree that 2 is worth making with us yet. So we could jump straight to going, look, 3, we want it to happen. You guys have the rights right now, so work with us. We should
see.
probably ping them again, especially because, for all the
you
flack that
should.
they've taken, Maker has changed a lot of things around. Some good, some not so good, but, we still have an agreement with them. And they are still looking to make people happy. Like, that is like the Disney company's like primary, like, they're an entertainment company. They're supposed to do that. So
Yeah.
if we have an opportunity to help them make people happy, and they have an opportunity to help us make Resident Evil 3, let's do it.
1992 Naruto, thank you for letting us know. You're welcome. I'm really glad that we helped you. He or she was just saying that we've helped them out in their lives, and that they're really appreciative.
There was actually another question in here similar.
Yeah, he's been saying that since like the beginning of chat.
Yeah, and I wanted to.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear that.
Yeah.
I wanted to point it out because it's important.
Yes.
I'm gonna say.
That's an important function of YouTubers, honestly, is to bring hope to the hopeless, do we say? No.
I mean, some days it feels pretty hopeless out here,
Some
right?
days, yeah.
Since we're kind of talking about this, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Double Links had sent a question at some point. You guys helped me get back into singing after years of depression. When did you realize that you were helping people get through similar things? So, not alone.
Couple months in.
Couple months in.
High school.
Do you remember like specific like moments where it hit you like that? Some of these like musical numbers actually impact people on like a bigger scale than like, haha, I watched that for 5 minutes and I laughed a couple times.
Nate?
What?
Have you ever read comments from encounterers or come
I don't
across-
read comments from encounters.
That's a good idea.
I try not to.
I don't believe that's
I'm
entirely
sorry,
true because
you
I'm pretty
guys.
sure I've heard you report.
Okay,
some of your
I read
comments-
comments on like the Shovel Werewolf, but I don't read
Okay.
through the comments on.
Yeah.
I feel like you get a more. The musicals have too many people commenting on them with a lot of things that are irrelevant and annoying. Whereas like for me, the Shovel Werewolf was like most of the people know what they're watching when they watch this, so their comments will be a lot more relevant to what they watched. But
That's true.
I mean, you can just say anything that's entertainment value that you assume that there are people that are. You can't just say, "Oh, I make things for fun," and that's that. It's no, people watch things, entertainment to escape, and obviously, like for me, when I'm watching a TV show, I'm just enjoying media. But there are people who are like, I'm having a rough time with such and such, so escaping into a world of entertainment is going to get my mind out of that spot. So,
Okay.
Miss Bird?
Aiden knows what I'm doing? Aiden follows my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aiden follows more closely than just about anybody I can think of. He's on everything.
What about you, Miss Bird? You said
Do you see
high
me
school.
beaming right now? Look at this. Like,
She's like, she's not done beaming yet.
Your head was in the way.
She needs another few minutes of
Your giant head was in the way.
what? High school. Yes, I realized I was helping people in high school because that's about the time I started YouTube and stuff. And I got a few comments being like, this thing was amazing and it really helped me feel happy and whatever.
Nice.
I don't know why I picked that voice, but okay.
Because that's what the sound of unhappy people. We all talk like that. I think my first experience where it really started to like sink in truly was getting actually physical mail from people that said things like I was in a really dark place and I had to write you physically on a piece of paper to let you know how much, you know, it's meant to me. And I know I'd seen like Facebook messages and things like that before, but when somebody takes the time to like put it in an envelope and send it to you, it gets really like stark in your face, like, wow, that must have impacted somebody, because the only things I mail are like government forms, taxes and stuff.
No parents.
Thank
So-
you.
Blacked out windows.
Yes. Lego Batman has never actually sent me correspondence telling me how much I've improved his life.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. How about you, Peter?
There were two really specific moments for me. One was I read a comment, this was like maybe year one of our work, where someone was, I don't even remember what video it was or who did it, but someone was like, my son and I have been having a really hard time connecting over the last few years, and showing him
Dumb question,
your
I like
musicals
it.
with, watching your musicals with him has really brought me together. And for me, that struck an important chord because I had a bad relationship with my father,
Monsters Inc.
and so
The green one.
Was ours.
and so
Yeah.
it felt really nice to be like, I might have helped save someone from the, I guess, hell that I had personally experienced. So that was a really poignant moment for me. Another was when I met Felicia Day, because a couple years before I actually met her, I had gone through a really dark time, just like Nate was talking about. And there was one night where I was alone in my apartment in North Hollywood, drinking, considering killing myself. And I was really ready to just walk out onto the street with a whole bunch of traffic and see what happened. But instead of doing that, I decided, you know what, before I go, I've never watched The Guild. A lot of people I respect have talked about how wonderful and hilarious Felicia is in it. I'm gonna watch it. And I did, and of course, you know, I watched the entire series in a night or something, and it brought me out of that space really quickly and was like, yeah, there's way more to live for. I don't know what clicked. Anyway, point is,
Have you ever thought about killing yourself?
I have imagined what that would be like. I don't think I've ever put more serious thought into it.
lucky man.
Other than just the consequences, and there are definitely times I've kind of wished I wasn't alive. I'm like, wow, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, you always seemed a lot more happier than us too. So I just wanted to know. And I don't need to ask you. You're fine.
I mean, these two can tell I took a semester off of college.
Which is the right move.
So-
it was the right idea.
Yeah, I talked
So-
to a therapist at college, and they're like, "You should just take a semester off."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, I'll take a semester off."
College is not nearly important enough
I mean,
in comparison.
Cody called my parents that one night. Mm-hmm. So
So yeah, when I met Felicia, it all kind of connected. And I was like, I'm doing the same thing that she did. She just made a great product, but I could be affecting someone the exact same way that she affected me, and that was another really poignant moment for me. So yeah,
Good question.
That's Night Vale for me right now.
what?
Yeah,
I see what you
Yeah,
mean. Okay.
like you had the Guild and I have Night Vale right now because I'm still in a dark time in my life mentally. So I live for new updates of Night Vale.
And for those of you who don't combat things like depression and stuff, know that even if your life is great, you can still be completely depressed and hate everything about your life. Even if everything on paper looks perfect,
Yeah.
brains are stupid.
It's
I
true.
mean, yeah, we briefly touched on that last time.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why, like, you know, Chris Cornell from Soundgarden, the celebrities that take their life. They have money, fame, fortune,
Yeah.
a family, like everything, but it's
Yeah.
not enough to make them happy.
Yeah.
Because the chemistry in our brain is bullcrap.
Yeah.
On an uplifting question,
Yeah. Let's
does
go on
Mike
this.
Wazowski from Monsters Inc. blink or wink?
Mike Wazowski. Oh, because he has one
He
eye?
only has one eye. Yeah, does he wink or blink?
So Sydney Shepherd.
I thought that was a dumb question and I thought we should answer because
That
it's
is-
silly.
I'm gonna say he blinks, but he can probably wink if he chooses to. Because I think the difference is a wink you should be kind of purposefully doing. So unless he's trying to like blink, I think it counts as a blink. And it's only a wink when he deliberately wants to make
How
it.
do you tell the difference?
Probably because he like says something stupid and then blinks.
I haven't watched any of him recently, but my guess is he's probably winked in like the show or in the films.
Didn't
and
he
the
have a
way
crush on one of those monsters, the one with the snakes in her hair?
yeah.
Maybe he winked at her.
But I
Yeah, I
suspect
wouldn't be
that if the animators were going to make him wink,
Yeah.
then they would have like closed half of his eyelid.
He probably does like the motion where like
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he moves his body forward
His
while-
body probably moves. He's probably out the
Body
side of his
motion,
eye
yeah.
rather than straight on. He might even elbow
now that
a
you
little
say it,
bit.
I feel like I
Yeah.
remember something like that in Monsters.
Pretty darn
Really.
certain they give him a few cues
Yeah.
to separate them.
I think he can wink and blink.
Yeah.
I think he's got both in him.
Aiden points out that blinks are extremely fast and winks tend to be slower. That said, sometimes
That's
if
not
it's like,
true.
oh, I was gonna say if they're feeling really
'Cause I just
down,
blinked at you
you're-
right now with both my eyes, except like one at a time, and that's pretty fast.
Yeah, a
Creepy.
depressed character
Yeah.
blinking is a lot more likely to do with one of those, I don't know, and then kind of slow blink. So it's
Yeah.
possible,
And
but that is
cats-
deliberate stuff.
And cats do a slow blink to tell you that they love you.
Yeah, it's true.
They go,
Oh yeah, you're right. Cats do too.
Yeah.
Well,
but
Mike
on-
Wazowski
on-
probably. Yeah.
On average, though, blinks are typically faster than winks.
It's true. I agree with that
his
as a
system is a
sentiment.
good,
Yeah.
is a good indicator. Okay.
Anywho,
That was this dumb question.
Fair-
Thank
fair
you for asking
question.
it.
Okay.
they didn't expect that one to be answered.
Via del Rosario.
I don't. What?
Intense Classic Gamer made a joke and it was funny. You guys think that the sea is salty because the land never waves back?
I've seen that one all over Facebook.
I haven't. I saw it just right now.
I haven't seen Intense Classic Gamer in a really long time.
Yeah, he's
Welcome
probably
back.
been- yeah.
Welcome back, you.
Sorry, you may read
No,
that
it's okay.
now. I'm good
Vea
now.
del Rosario asks, do you guys view YouTube as your jobs or something you do for fun while simultaneously earning money from it?
Which channel are we
start.
talking about?
Well, the one you earn money from, I guess. If you earn money from both,
I do.
then so have different reasons for each of them,
Yes.
or different feelings about them.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to
Elaborate.
elaborate?
On Random Encounters, it's very much work. On my own channel, it's very much just fun. And sometimes it's work, but not a lot of the time. So that's where I'm coming from.
Aiden says that a cat's slow blink, presumably, is I am not threatening you.
Oh, nice. Nate?
Aren't they always threatening you though?
Cats always.
Cats are
they're
always
gonna be
threatening.
overlord.
They're not always
threatening.
threatening you actively, but they're always a
plotting to
threat.
kill you.
They're always a threat, but they're
Here,
not
you
actively
pick the
threatening.
question. We've all done it.
Sure.
Nate?
What about you?
Um,
Is it work?
I don't know.
Is
It
this
really
like fun?
depends on the project, probably. Sometimes it feels like work. Sometimes it's fun that you get paid for. Like when we did the Shovel Werewolf, that was kind of for me what fun that you got paid for.
Yeah.
Considering it didn't get many views, it wasn't much.
It didn't really get
It wasn't much to be
paid,
paid
for.
But you know, when I have to do something like subtitling a video, which is like a nitty gritty thing that needs to be done, that's not
Yeah.
fun that I get paid for. That's like I need to just type
Yeah.
stuff here.
Gotta get that done. So
Or like visual effects work. I mean, Peter might enjoy the green screen stuff on Phoenix, right? But for me, I was like, this is work. This is not fun. I'm getting paid for.
That's a good point.
But
Yeah.
having, you know, worked real jobs, you're like, work now is like,
Yeah, this is pretty okay work.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that.
What?
There's some jobs I think I would rather do.
Well, you know, Hobby Lobby is hiring, so if you
I
like to
don't
go
know. I'm
try.
not talking about Hobby Lobby. I
Oh,
mean, I
okay.
miss honestly being a barista. That was
Yeah.
fun for me. I might, if I like had the choice, like someone's like, "Hey, we're gonna hire you, but you have to quit your current job." I might, which is strange to say, but I really did enjoy that.
Alejandro, this Coke is for you. Doesn't say your name on it, but just wanted to give that out to you, buddy.
I'm so confused. Oh, I see. Okay, I was like,
Work or fun with friends? When I'm enjoying YouTube most, it is just fun with friends. And so I think I always want it to be that, where you get to feel like you're just working with people that are enjoyable and you're doing things that are kind of nonsensical. It's obviously most of the time not actually that simple. So right now, I would say it's not work to me. Today, at this moment, I am having fun with my friends and clearly making a little bit of money. Thank you, Courtney Hall again. But But earlier, snipping popsicle sticks for Bendy for like 2 hours or something, that gets to start to feel a little bit more like work. And it's still kind of fun work because I don't have a boss coming and checking on a spreadsheet I'm supposed to be making or something.
Yeah, it's you're not like in a factory like putting
Yeah.
things together while not talking to anyone.
I know I can get up and leave if I want to as well,
Yeah.
but I know the video doesn't come out as soon. So generally speaking, I always consider it less of a job and more of just projects. And projects are weird because they're flexible and kind of personal.
I love you.
I love you too.
I almost exclusively view random encounters as work. It's not bad work. It's but like before I started random encounters with AJ, I was doing things like sound design and visual effects and writing spreadsheets, and like I did a lot of the stuff that I do now, less frequently but still for pay, and still like in the same ways that I was doing it. So in a lot of ways, this is just a continuation of the career that I started in college. That being said, I mean, I enjoy it well enough, but I definitely sit in the same boat as Miss Bird, that there are some jobs that I could be interested in, outside of RE. I'm probably not going to take them because there's a lot, like, this is good work and there's a lot of potential for growth, so like it doesn't make any logical sense for me to leave. But that being said, it's still work for me. Like right now, I want to be playing Dragon Age.
Yeah, most of the time it's not bad work, I feel. It's only really bad work when AJ and I butt heads.
Which does happen.
Because I'll see something one way and he'll see the other, and because he's the boss, I have to acquiesce, and then I'll get grumpy about it, so...
I get
Stuff like
grumpy
that.
when we butt heads too. And that's any consolation.
I get unconscious when I butt heads.
Oh, well, that's because you're dumb.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm playing through Dragon Age Inquisition right now, for the second time. I'm probably 80 hours in.
He's
now.
a dwarf this time.
I am a dwarf.
Last time he was an elf.
Yeah.
And he romanced somebody that was horrible because they were like the evil person that
Well,
killed
that was the
everyone or
last.
something.
That was the last game. That was when I was the elf.
Yes, the last game. Yes,
Yes.
that's what I meant.
Oh man, I
Can
got
we
so mad.
actually answer Jillian
Sure.
Butchko's question? Question, why did you pick music videos instead of vlogging or gaming like most other YouTubers?
Because we don't want to be like most of the YouTubers.
We don't want to have money or fame or.
Yeah, we hate being popular like Markiplier.
I mean,
You're terrible.
I picked vlogging because I thought I was going to be good at it and entertaining, so I didn't pick musicals. Musicals kind of picked me, so I'm in a different boat.
The answer, I think, for me personally, is we didn't necessarily pick to do those instead of. Just every time we've tried to do those other ones, they haven't worked. So primary exhibit A is the channel Replayed, which was a gaming channel run by Random Encounters people for Random Encounters fans. And the channel could never compete with the audience trying to just watch us for musical numbers. And so we had to make some decisions. What do we care most about? Splitting ourselves too thin across several things and giving a little bit of gaming content, a little bit of music, and a little bit of whatever we've got in between, or double down on the thing that everybody really wants from us and get 11.5 million views on a Hello Neighbor musical in a span of 2 months. And the answer for a business standpoint is very straightforward. You go for the thing that will please the most people fastest. And vlogging is something we've tried to do in the past as well, thinking that you guys are kind of interested in some like behind the scenes. A lot of you guys are, but that excludes still tons and tons and tons of subscribers who pass right by those videos and go, not my thing. So yeah, if we could, we'd probably do a lot of other things as well, but we don't have the audience to support them usually. Anybody got anything they want to say about that?
No.
I don't want to talk for everybody, but
I mean, I already said my piece because I come from
Yeah.
a different boat.
Yeah.
I actually have my own channel, and most of the things I do on it are not musicals because I'm not. I am a musical person, but I'm not like dedicated enough to make a whole musical number and then film it and stuff. So
Yeah.
I take the easy way out. I put that in quotation marks because it can be hard for some people. And I do vlogs, or I do gaming, or I do whatever I feel like that is sort of easy to put up. So.
this question might not have been entirely answered, by the way. Actually, before I say that, don't write us off forever for things like gaming, because maybe one day we'll have enough of an audience that does want to watch that we will go back to more gaming stuff. So I don't want to make that sound permanent, like we did it didn't work, it'll never happen.
Also, a slight segue. I saw somebody talking about Sketty Yeti and bringing back streams or whatever. I am starting up Sketty Yeti this month. We're actually going to play a board game called Yeti and My Spaghetti, because my name is Sketty Yeti. So
And
that
you are in our spaghetti.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually put that up next week. That'll be on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. next week.
Jennifer Lane thinks I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
Peter should be the boss. Peter has such a business brain.
AJ is the boss baby.
Yeah.
The boss baby. Wow.
No,
I'm Alec Baldwin.
Logistically, it would make sense
I'm
for
Donald
Peter
Trump.
to be the boss, because he studies all the laws that need to get done to make things.
And he has a beard.
And just so business oriented. And AJ but AJ's more personable than Peter is. So AJ,
Peter sexually harasses me more than AJ. That's inappropriate.
you sexually harass my boyfriend.
That's why we can't be. That's why he can't be the boss.
Question: were we supposed to put the cake in the fridge?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's probably.
Making sure.
I
We're
don't-
also not
I
supposed
mean-
to put the whipped cream in the freezer.
The second half of the question I don't think we got to was maybe why we started out with musicals, because we didn't know certain things didn't work until we got going on YouTube already. So from those of you who a starting out point, why is it that we would have started on a musical thing? Mm-hmm. Anything to say about that?
I mean, it was just.
Just happened, right?
It just happened.
I mean,
We
to be
made a
fair,
musical,
yeah,
and it did well, and we were like, we should do more of these. And we didn't put into the calculation that musicals take a substantially larger amount of work and time and money than a vlog. And so we pigeonholed ourselves into, this is a channel that makes decently production valued musicals.
Hey!
And there's nothing we can do about it. So that just kind of happened. I don't know.
The cat is climbing around in the Bendy and the Ink Machine prop stuff.
Yeah.
It wants to be in the Ink Machine
I just
musical.
keep hearing this crinkle, 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 crinkle,
Yeah,
crinkle. I'm
like
what?
looking for the stuff to steal in there. I'm like, don't touch that stuff.
So we got a username J/fam ;L Nerdo Gamer -O.
Okay.
All right. Do you want me to, instead of blowing their ears out, how about I go over here? Because they don't need to be punished. The cats need to be scolded.
How do you guys celebrate the completion of a musical? Like, when it's finally over, do you have a way to relax after the work? That's,
Sleep.
Nate says,
That depends.
that
what
totally didn't work, I'm sorry.
like tattletale. That's how it was relaxing when it was.
Yeah, you damn right. You better kiss. Excuse my language. You better kiss at me.
You're darn tootin'.
Did you hear the question, Jake?
No.
Basically, how do you relax, unwind / celebrate after a musical?
When we post a musical.
Sometimes. Oh, sorry, Nate, you're
Sometimes we
talking.
don't.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying like after filming, sometimes it is sleep. Like Tattletale finished shooting at
Fair.
like 4 a.m. So we tend to do night shoots a lot because
Yeah.
we're night owls.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like when we actually finish them, not just
Yeah.
when we
Right.
Yeah.
end one process of them.
And we kind of do have, it's not every musical. Miss Bird mentioned we don't always celebrate, and that's true. But especially with larger musicals that we already know have a really big following and are probably going to do well,
Yeah.
we, take the group out to a steak or something like that, or we, I don't know, go to a movie, or on the Friday that we release.
Sometimes I buy them cake.
Sometimes she buys us cake.
Do a board game night or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we legit do actually celebrate some musical releases. Especially, we did a lot of celebrations when FNAF things happened, because it was like
Milestones.
For some of it was like, oh, a great milestone. We know it's going to do well, and for some of it was like, we need to be picked up here because we're angry or tired or blah blah blah. So varying reasons, but we just hang out, enjoy each
So
other.
somebody mentioned that. I hope you had a huge party
Yeah.
after FNAF. And Phoenix Wright, we actually didn't, right? Phoenix Wright, we didn't have a party because we had to immediately jump into
we
production
did.
on Honey Pop.
Yeah, I remember complaining about that.
Phoenix
Good question.
Wright was
point,
an
Elizabeth.
easier musical, I feel, than
yeah.
FNAF was. So it would have been cool to have a celebration, but I didn't feel like it was needed. With FNAF, I felt like it was needed. But I come from a different boat in that one too. So
Yeah. Well, I feel like we celebrated Hello Neighbor, and that one, in comparison to Phoenix Wright, didn't need a celebration.
that's true.
It's true.
It's who knows. Sometimes we have time. Sometimes we want to. sometimes we don't have time and we don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anybody who's taking off right now, thank you for joining us for a bit. We're not necessarily done yet, but I just wanted to. People are leaving, I'm
Can
sure.
I get
for
anyone a drink? I'm gonna bring stuff back. Drinks? No.
drinks?
I'll take some
I'm
wine.
good.
Okay.
The white one.
Kyler Kitty, you had a question, and it was, what was the most important decision you've had to make in a musical? Yeah.
What was the most important one? Oh, I can tell you that one right off the bat. It was like, who was gonna be Enos because MatPat didn't show up. I mean, wait, wait, is that a secret? I forgot.
No, it's not a secret.
Okay, good.
We've mentioned it before.
Okay, good.
On stream.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure how we phrased it in the past.
Spoilers.
Like 5 people watched this, right? It's
Spoilers.
okay.
Now, there's only 5 people commenting right now. I'm sure of it. That was a
MatPat's
pretty important-
wonderful guy. I'm sure. Yeah.
That was a pretty important decision. I think you're right about that. I was going to say the important decision of what to do with the FNAF musical series is, I think, one of the most important decisions we've ever actually had to make.
You do not need this wine.
Yes, I do.
I was thinking that thing too. I was like, has she already been drinking it?
Aiden wants water, Peter.
Oh, Peter, Aiden
Aiden
would like
wants
a
glass
water.
of water.
Okay.
Be helpful.
Just put it in the sort of the screen.
mal that.
Yeah, because obviously there was a big gap between FNAF Night 3 and FNAF Nights 4 and 5. And that was a big decision that we had to go through was Mark wasn't ready to film with us, and we didn't really want to keep you guys waiting for like a year to finish the FNAF musical series. So the question became, well, do we just make it without him? Do we write him out of it? Do we change the story? Do we not film any more of it at all and just leave you guys kind of hanging on Night 3? And I think we made the right decisions, which were just kind of hang on long enough, start working on a script that didn't have him in it at all, and just see what would happen. And then make sure you contact Mark again before you're ready to film it and go,
That's
Mark,
sparkling
just so you
water."
know.
I hope your
I hope that
mouth
was
was open,
refreshing.
Aiden.
Aiden wanted water. Not
He's like pouring out of his
water.
screen, like, ah!
But we live in California. We only have sparkling water, right?
Apparently.
Hey, it rained
So-
a lot.
That one year, yeah.
And it was sparkling.
So I think that was an important decision to make, and contacting Mark at the end and saying, look, we just finished a script, would you come back to be in this? And him saying yes made it really easy to go, well, let's change our decision and quick write him back into this thing. That I think is my vote.
I don't know.
You know, have an important decision that we had to
I
make.
want to skip.
Okay.
There were
Nate,
some
you got any
people who were
important
very
decisions?
shocked that MatPat was supposed to be Enos.
Musical decisions.
So I'm-
Can you imagine it now?
I'm led to believe that I wasn't supposed to say anything.
I don't.
Well, like a lot of people don't know that entire situation, but we have mentioned it at least. The information has been out there in previous forums before.
Okay.
Well, I remember we talked about Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That too.
Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All good roles. I would have enjoyed an alternate universe seeing him.
no, Nate didn't want water. Aiden wanted water.
I was just relaying the message.
Aiden is your
Moder-
happy and friendly moderator, and you should be nice to him, or I'll find you and I will murder your family.
She'll
And
do
I
that.
gave him water.
There you go. We kind of already talked
And
about.
yes, I stick my pinky out sometimes when I drink.
injuries.
It's because I
I
made him watch
fancy-
Birdcage once, and
No,
now he
I
can't
did it
stop
before I
doing
watched.
it.
I did it before I watched Birdcage. I promise you.
Fair.
Tube Dweller.
I want to pick one.
Tube Dweller has a question. Would you be mad if I made my own video game musicals, or is that something that would be a no-go?
I'd be so mad. I don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah, do what you want.
We don't have a copyright on making musical numbers about video games, so you are allowed to make your own, and they can be better than ours. We can't do anything about it.
In fact, right after we made a song about Ganondorf, Smosh went and made a song about
Oh,
Ganondorf.
they made the Zelda rap or something, and then the same thing happened with Assassin's Creed. We made our Assassin's Creed song, and like a year later, they did the Assassin's Creed rap. We're like, Smosh, stop stealing our videos!
So we did get angry, but
And we did get angry.
Nothing
They got
we
watched
do.
a lot more than we did. But they're good videos. So, you know what? The internet can always use a few more video game musicals, I think.
AJ, where is Patches?
Patches, at this moment,
Everyone's like, who
Is-
is Patches?
I think he's upstairs in our change drawer. I think he's hanging out up there.
He's like a coffin.
Well, where else do you keep a potato from like 12 years ago?
In the garbage.
Is it longer? 2005 and it's 2007.
In a
Yeah,
landfill
12 years ago.
somewhere.
Nah, he stays in our
In a
change
landfill.
drawer is where he goes.
So remember how we're threatened to murder people's families? Well, Deny wants to know, why is Bird so intimidating?
Why do you ruin everything too?
Why does AJ have to be here?
I don't. Why are
that
you so
potato
intimidating?
girl? Hide that potato
Because
girl.
I'm the only one that is no nonsense around here? I don't know.
No nonsense.
Why am I intimidating? Why?
Okay, so this
Honesty
is a question
hour.
for everybody except for Ms. Bird.
Go ahead. Why am I intimidating?
You're
Because she chooses to be.
Strong,
People that choose
independent
to be
woman
are
who don't
scary.
need no man.
right,
Yeah.
but has one anyway, much to her own chagrin. No.
Strong, independent bird woman. Don't need no man. Yeah, I think it's just because she chooses.
She's
to be.
very opinionated, and she shares her opinions sometimes without thought to how it's going to hurt other people. So, it happens.
I was
So-
born without a filter, and it's hard putting one on.
Yep.
They don't all fit. Finding one that fits is hard.
Unlike Instagram.
Yes.
Actually, I've gotten bored of Instagram's filters, so now I have
Fair.
another app where I use all their filters because they give me like 200 options, and I haven't been dissatisfied yet. So,
Sienna Daniels, yes, we saw the secret. Well, some of us saw The Secret Life of Pets, and I really thought it was adorable and enjoyed it a lot.
it was cute.
What's the little dog's name?
Which one?
The
white one?
cute white one that everyone loves.
Gigi.
Gigi, I love her. I'm everyone.
Okay, Smile a Day. First of all, welcome to the channel. I'm glad to have new people here as much as
Hola,
we
¿cómo
love seeing
estás?
some of the old friendly faces that we've seen many times. Also, you had asked how much longer we plan to be making musicals.
There's actually a question here about
I
are
was
we going to
gonna say-
do it until we die or something?
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
what?
I'll find that one.
It's very close to the end. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Legend
Will you
Wolf it
guys-
asks, will you ever quit making musicals or will you keep doing them until you die? So, similar question to Smile a Day. Will we keep making them until we die? How much longer do we plan on making musicals?
I actually plan on leaving this operation at some point in my life.
You have a finite amount of Miss Bird left to watch, maybe. So squeeze those in. Keep watching them.
I mean, as long as it makes sense. There's not a number that we can put on it.
Yeah, there's no like timer ticking down.
Like, if you guys stop watching, we're gonna stop making.
True. So you guys control how long we're doing this.
And if I find a substantially better opportunity, maybe I'll take it. Maybe
Yeah.
I won't. I'm not gonna leave you high and dry. If I ever do leave, I'm going to
Alright.
find people to replace me.
That would be really charming of you.
Well,
I would appreciate
Yeah,
that.
like
actually.
I would find you a visual effects person,
Uh-huh.
make sure that the deal is solid so that they'd make enough money to be
Yeah.
just on call, so on and so forth.
I would like that actually. That'd be very handy.
But I don't plan on that anytime soon.
yeah, they wouldn't
Soon.
be probably as good a fit because obviously you have the experience that
Sure.
they can't just get walking into a junkie. And they don't have the rapport.
Yeah,
We
but-
have chemistry. We have chemistry, right? I'm not wrong.
That's why people ship you together.
Yeah, see? Chemistry.
For the longest time
Yeah.
on the channel, it was a question of, are those two gay for each other? Are they gay? Are they
We do
couple?
exude some of
They
this.
act married when they talk business sometimes. It's adorable.
I mean, I'm bi, so like, sure.
Business is kind of like
But
a
he's
marriage.
not.
I'm
He's
pan.
very straight.
I was gonna say Gwen can replace you when she gets really good at
I was
visual
reading
effects.
Sparrow, and there are conflicting viewpoints about whether pansexual is actually a subsect of bisexual or vice versa. So it's all very confusing. I consider myself bi and pan.
It doesn't really honestly matter, I feel like.
It doesn't. That's the important thing. But it's an interesting. It's
In most circles, I feel that bisexual is like assigned female, assigned male. I am attracted to a biologically born female and biologically born male. I don't hear people going, "Oh, I like transgendered males." Like I don't
I specifically.
I hear that within the pan community.
I don't specifically, but like the idea that you can like. I don't know. To me, bi has always just meant it doesn't matter, which is what pan actually means. But for me, bi has always felt
I
like
guess
that.
that I'm in your boat too, but a lot of people will argue that that's what the difference is.
Fair
so
enough.
that's
And-
why I just to clear up anybody's whatever, I just say I'm pan, and then no one questions further unless they're interested. So
Fair enough.
Did we answer that question?
Which one?
I don't even remember what it was.
Then yes.
I probably threw the paper.
Totally. Oh, how
So,
long?
Making
yeah.
musicals
How long
until we
will we
die.
be doing
Nate,
it?
how long will you make
Foreseeable
musicals?
future.
The foreseeable future.
How long is the foreseeable
Longer
future?
if he is a medium
I don't
of some
know.
sort.
I'd like to amend my statement. Even though I want to leave, it's not because I've had like bad experiences or because I like want to just wash my hands free
David
of this
Linton says this live stream
operation.
got deep.
But I would come back if asked to like appear in a musical or help out
It's
every
like
once in a
actors who
while.
leave TV
I
shows,
just
they
want to go like maybe travel or something. So I don't want to be so tied to like this operation that I can't do some of the things that I have dreams and hopes to do. So
Yeah.
in case anybody thought I was like gonna badmouth, that was not the case. So
No,
there, I cleared the air.
This job is kind of my dream job right now because I get to work with my friends and I don't have to answer to somebody else generally. So that will change if I ever get a job directing a motion picture by a company or something. It probably won't always be like this, but I would like to keep it as much like this as possible. So I'll keep doing musicals as long as I can survive doing them, I think. But might take some other, might work on a film or a TV show at some point. Like a Resident Enos TV show, I guess it would be musical. Never mind. Doesn't if we ever find something else that's not a musical that we want to do,
I mean, you can do a musical TV show.
I know. Resident Enos would be.
It'll get canceled after 2 seasons.
It would be.
Hey, 2 seasons is a good run for a show. I feel like most shows,
Especially
after
when you actually watch the real finale.
Yeah.
shut up.
Like 2 years later.
I feel like up to like after 3 seasons, although I enjoy a lot of shows that are more than 3 seasons, like 3 seasons is kind of the ideal cutoff because that's
You've
really
probably,
realistically
yeah.
how much you need.
You've probably breached a lot of the content that you kind of were hoping to see at some
Yeah.
point, and then you start just getting to like fan service material or stretching for the rejected ideas. I feel like, which unfortunately it would imply that if we ever got to do more Resident Enos, we should technically probably be done with it by season 3 because it would probably do the same thing, get fan servicey, or it would be stretching for things we already passed.
That being said, if you start a show with like a really clear plot laid out, as many seasons as you need to tell the plot. Like Babylon 5, for instance, they started the show having all 5 seasons already planned out, which is crazy. And like one of the main actors died in between one of the seasons, and so they had to rewrite part of that plot. But it still really worked well because they knew where they were going and they knew where they were coming from, and the plot just went on, and it made sense and it worked. But if you're doing it kind of season by season, usually you run out.
I feel like it depends on shows too. Usually to me,
Yeah.
It's like animated shows can go on longer. Granted, I like The Simpsons. I don't think should be on anymore. The show's not.
No one wants to be the guy that pulled the trigger on the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
The Simpsons
though.
is not nearly as good as it used to be in the 90s.
Baby cat.
But
so
it's the
cute.
kind of show that lends itself to just keep going. Whereas shows like something like the X-Files for me went on 9 seasons, which is too long. You're like, well, when you have continuing arcs of characters, and the arcs actually progress, and there's a continuing plot thread, I feel like you got to wrap it up eventually, or else it's like Supernatural's on like this 12th season now, and you're like, why? Like the show was supposed to end at season 6.
I have
Why
no
is it
idea
still
if they can
going?
see- Yeah, they can. They can totally see that.
But
There's a baby cat. He's
It's
right there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
that's
took
what
a
I'm-
picture of me.
That's what
I'm
I was
like,
making kissy faces at and stuff. I saw a question. It's sort of in the vein of like making musicals until we die. I forget who asked it, but it was like, do we plan on getting married and having kids? And I don't think we've ever answered that question, so I thought it'd be kind of.
Before we talk about it at
Interesting.
all, don't speak for anyone else.
I'm not gonna speak for.
I'm talking
AJ.
to everyone. So I don't know if I'm gonna get married or not. I don't particularly like the idea of relationships being attached to government policy and stuff. But at the same time, like it does, there are financial benefits, there are personal benefits. So I'd consider it, which is a different place than I used to be in, where I was just like, no, I will not get married. But I have considered it. Babies, still, I'm on nope. I know that it's possible. I might choose to have a baby later on in my life. I might change. That's fine. That's
you
possible.
could steal a baby.
But right
Yeah.
now, I'm just like,
true.
no little tiny babies.
You could adopt a 15-year-old kid and just be like, all right, here you go.
That's
you
her
go.
plan.
Have some money.
I don't plan on adopting.
Well, not adopting. What I don't really.
If they choose to have me adopt them, then I would consider it. But I'm not,
not
gonna be
forcible
like,
adoption.
no.
Makes sense.
I've never had a really strong feeling one way or another about either marriage or children. But But now that I have a girlfriend, I'm obviously actually having to like really contemplate things that were just like, I make videos dressed as Pikachu. My life doesn't matter. So since getting to this point of my life and having to actually think through things a bit more, I still feel flexible. I think my personal stance is I want to enjoy what I do and be able to do what I do as thoroughly as possible. Like 100% of me is devoted to the things that I want to be doing. So right now I'm happy to make that YouTube and my friends and family, and if that includes a wife, that includes a wife. If that eventually includes a kid, it includes a kid. But right now, it is just very simple to keep things very simple. We'll see.
If I could tie my tubes, I would. I don't want any of Hellspawns of my own. Have you met me as a person? Like, do you think I really want to pass that down to somebody and have another generation?
Doesn't sound like it.
Exactly. No,
There are
it's not.
reasons
It's
that
not
I'm
a.
dating this woman.
Yeah, it's not a no bueno for kids. I know people are like, oh, you'll change your mind when you're older, and I'm like, no, I freaking won't. So the whole like that thing pisses me off, and I can go on and on about how that should stop being a thing in society. But as for marriage, I think I would like a celebration of sorts of like being together with somebody, whether that's actually legally getting married or just like a party of like, hey, we've been together 10 years. Come on, let's, go out for food and get drunk or something. Then that's cool too. Or play board games, I guess, because who do I know that goes out and drinks? But like, I don't know. I like the idea, like the after party of a wedding. That sounds like fun to me to celebrate, being together with somebody, because it's a lot of work being with somebody. At least for me it is. I can't speak for anybody else, obviously, because Peter told me I couldn't. So it's, and with divorce rates up and all that kind of stuff, it just seems like it would be kind of cool to have milestones of celebrations of being together. So that's...
What you said actually stood out to me, because I remember that was one of the aversions I had to the idea of settling down, getting married, having children, stuff like that. I was going, I don't want my life to change because I want to be able to play games with my friends and stay up until 4 a.m. doing things and go play video games. And I was afraid that ever getting married means you have to like change your life like that.
Yeah.
And at this stage of life, with a girlfriend like Gwen, I'm realizing life probably wouldn't change very much, because she already plays video games with me and stays up till 4 a.m. watching the same like superhero movies or television shows and stuff. I'm like, there's nothing I really have to do that would be different, and that was like a
Except
moment.
to just cash in on those tax benefits.
Amazing. I get tax benefits. So that was a weird realization of going, my life actually would basically continue, but now I'm just someone's partner doing it together all the time rather than just periodically. So that was a really funny realization that made me much more okay with the idea of getting married, was going, if I don't give up the things I love because somebody else loves them too, that's an awesome match.
Nate, do you want to answer?
I'm pretty indifferent on marriage. I don't particularly care about it, but like, I would get married if that's what my significant other, if I don't have one right now, obviously, but I would do it. I don't care. Children, no. Definitely. It's not the idea. It's not that I don't like the idea of a child doesn't bother me so much. It's like, okay, sure, if I had a kid, but it's the lack of independence I don't like. Like, I like being able to do what I want when I want without having any.
Oh, you selfish man!
Oh, but that is so selfish. You need to make kids to continue the generation.
I had a dog before I moved out here, and I love my dog. He was great, but it was like, oh, I can't be out too late. I have a dog at home that I need to take care of.
Yeah.
And a dog is a lot easier to take care of than a kid. It's like, oh, a dog, I can just put him in a kennel for a couple hours.
A kid you could put in a kennel too.
Yeah, a kid.
Child
I
services
could put a kid in a kennel if I wanted to, but I would get arrested for that. A dog, people would be like, well, you can put a dog in a kennel, just don't keep him there too long.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But yeah, I really don't like the idea of losing my independence. But that said, if I ever had a kid, I would probably want to have my own. I'm not against adoption. I like the idea of adoption, but somehow the idea of being like, this is mine, I made this, this is my bloodline.
I don't want you to have a kid.
Like, I don't
want your bloodline.
Well, too bad.
I'm gonna do it just to spite you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a kid just to spite you. I'm gonna go on Tinder right now.
Yeah,
Looking for someone to have a kid.
Good
with.
reasons to have children, despite Peter.
I'm the opposite of him, because I've thought about fostering teenagers because no one gives a crap about teenagers in the system. And if they want to be adopted when they grow up and figure out who they are, then that's cool. But nobody likes them. So I just wanted to be someone in the sea of, you're okay. And save some people from
I'm not against adoption either. Like, if I had a significant other who couldn't bear children and she wanted to have children, I'd be like, let's adopt. As opposed to be like, no.
No.
Let's get a cat instead.
No, more cats.
I'm a fan of replacing children with cats.
I
as
would
many
love-
cats as possible.
That's-
I would
that-
love fur babies. Oh my gosh.
That said, nowadays with science, you could have my bloodline in
True.
in vitro, however it's
Yeah,
pronounced.
it's true.
You can scientifically make it happen.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options now in science. So.
It's a baby.
can
Do you
science
want
the
some
crap
Like
out of
reviving
it.
the dead.
siblings?
Yes.
like
could even do
reviving the
that.
dead.
Do you want some more siblings?
Final plug. I was
baby
just
cat?
thinking about this. I really like Matt, Pat, and Stephanie's like relationship. I love that.
Because
I
they have
ship
cat
them.
pat.
No, but I can't remember his name. Skipper, Scooter, something like that.
I don't even know his real name. I just know cat pat.
Yeah, he's got a real name, but anyway, I really like their relationship, and I like that they have. I want that too, to like be that involved with like the same things as their significant other. So
wants Matt.
I'm
He wants
not.
to
You're
be
not
married to
alone if you
Matt.
ship them. I ship them too.
AJ wants to be married to Matt.
That is not what I said, but you go ahead and you make fan art of that, Peter. Go
No,
ahead.
they're making it.
I condone that shipping because they are together in real life.
Skip, thank you. These guys are fast on it. You guys are theorists.
Skip? What?
That's their cat.
Oh, okay.
Their cat's name is Skip.
I was like, why is everyone writing Skip?
Yeah, that got a really. I'm sorry. That got like pretty deep as well.
Is that the sequel to my dog Skip? It's my cat Skip.
My cat Skip. It could be. Sure, why not?
My heart Skip as I die. Sorry.
This is a kind of old one that's pretty easy to wrap up quickly. Zerklinern. You said you got into musicals once with a competition. Do you still make videos for competitions?
Not really.
Short answer, no.
I was gonna say I don't remember the last time we did it. Unless you count something like
Peter
Resident
entered
Evil
a
was
video.
technically-
I mean, he didn't make it for it, but he entered one of the musicals in a competition for a microphone.
Oh, you did do that.
Oh, I guess I did.
I mean, you didn't, like I said,
Technically.
you didn't make it
Yeah.
for the competition, but you did enter one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the closest equivalent to like making things for competitions now is we just do sponsored stuff. That's
Yeah.
like the equivalent
Yeah.
of like where you move.
Right.
Resident Enos, the first one, was done as
Okay.
they were going to consider it for a deal. Actually, it's funny because Resident Enos ended up with a deal with Disney, but there was a Legendary Pictures opportunity where they were looking at a couple of the projects filmed on
Number
that
5?
set. And some of the other YouTube sets around the world. So, in some ways, that was like a competition because we had the opportunity to be recognized and maybe even have Resident Enos expand into a feature film. And we were more than happy to take that if they gave that to us. They didn't.
Really
so-
good point.
Yeah, that's the closest thing I think to a competition lately that we've entered
Aw.
something into.
Yeah.
Not really that interested anymore.
Right?
We're happy to do this just to like, as a job on YouTube with our fan base. Doesn't need to be a contest thing anymore.
I got one for you, Jay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Everyone, technically.
Okay.
Elena says, "What is your favorite movie from Studio Ghibli?"
Yeah, AJ.
Oh!
You've seen like
Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
two. Ghibli. Like,
I've
Three.
I've
Seen
probably
two.
seen 3 as well.
Saw the Totoro. We saw Kiki's Delivery Service. We saw Howl's Moving Castle more recently. Wasn't there another one I saw?
no, I keep trying to make
We
you watch
watched
Spirited
Princess
Away at some
Mononoke
point.
in
Yeah, you
theaters.
watched-
Yeah,
Oh, maybe
thank
you
you,
did.
Princess Mononoke.
Ah, okay, you did not watch that
Yeah.
with me. I've been slowly trying to make them watch all the Studio Ghibli things.
Oh, I'm worthless slime. I'm utter trash, and I
I'm
haven't
worse
enjoyed
than you.
most of
I've
them.
seen fewer than you.
I've seen
But you
them,
like them more than I have. I think.
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
seen
that's what
almost
makes me
all of them.
trash.
The more recent ones I have not. So I'm still between Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns. Those are really tied for me.
I really enjoyed Kiki. That was adorable.
I think Kiki's actually my favorite one as well. I like Totoro, but Kiki almost felt more personal to me. Like there was more I was invested in
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get behind Spirited Away for that reason.
And Nate's like, I don't care about
You're gonna
Studio
be
Ghibli.
alien-
Aiden says I
Alienated.
should, so.
You're gonna be alienated from Spirited Away because of the lore you won't understand. But
okay.
the story is easy to follow even if you don't know anything about like Japanese yokai and all that shit. So excuse my language again.
Yeah, probably Totoro. But
Nice.
I'll I'll make the shots fired and say I just don't really like Studio Ghibli.
Okay, I'll get behind you.
Like I don't like it. Like I think they're very well made movies. They look great, but I just don't enjoy them.
They don't appeal to me nearly as much as like a lot.
Like
of
I really
They're very Asian cinema.
I disliked Howl's Moving Castle. I mean, maybe I need to see it again. But when Cody showed it to me in high school,
yeah.
I was like, And
No, you're not wrong. It's one of the weaker ones he's
So-
done.
Also,
sorry, I feel like I enjoyed Arrietty a decent amount. But
I
Did
did
you like
watch.
The
I think I
Borrowers?
did watch.
I
that.
feel like maybe that's why I liked
Yeah.
it more because it was less of a Japanese story and it was just the borrowers.
Yeah.
I just
an
forgot I
anime.
watched that.
So it's maybe why I enjoyed it more because I'm
Nice.
like, I know this story. It's
Yeah.
not like super Japanese lore kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So,
also, Miss Bird calls me Potoro.
I do
Yeah.
call him Potoro. He's big and fat, and when he smiles, it's creepy. See?
It is creepy.
I mean, that was purposely super creepy.
also turn into
But-
a cat bus or a Peter bus.
I wish.
Peter Bus.
Peter bus.
Also, you guys, we need to go to Japan in like 10 years' time because they're making a Studio Ghibli theme park.
saw that.
And there's a cat bus there apparently, and I need to be in it. So.
Yeah.
It would be nice to go to Japan again.
I would take it. I would definitely. We were supposed to go to that museum, and then I think there was an earthquake. He couldn't get tickets, is what
I
actually.
think that's what it
happened,
was. He couldn't get tickets to it.
Although I thought it wasn't finished or open yet, so I don't know
I
if
don't
it
know.
was. Oh, it was a museum, not a theme park.
It's
there was
a
a museum that we were trying to
There
get
was
tickets.
a Studio Ghibli
Yeah.
museum that we were trying to get into, but I think it was just
Yeah.
like, booked. We couldn't get into it or
Yeah.
something.
We're supposed to watch
couldn't-
like a sumo wrestling thing. I thought too. I didn't get
Instead,
tickets
we
for that.
ate cow tongue and survived an earthquake.
I mean, we drank some bickle. You drank some bickle.
I remember
refuse to touch
we
it.
went to a maid cafe.
We did do that. We almost couldn't pay for it. We came within like 50 yen from not being able to pay the bill because I
Would've been
misunderstood them.
I got
That was a mistake.
propositioned by a man in Shinjuku
Yes.
asking me if I wanted a sex massage, and I was like, nope, not from you.
Oh, the good old
Good
days.
times, good times. Aaron Weber came down with a sickness for like a day and disappeared.
Is that the joke you make about him just bringing back hookers to the hotel room when you guys were gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we went to Japan for winning the contest that Needle Mouse was involved with, Aaron Weber was basically our liaison for the most part. He went with us, and was it after the earthquake? I think
Yeah.
it was after the
Yeah, it was.
earthquake happened, and we were kind of stranded there for an extra 3 days. Aaron Weber just disappeared.
Came down super
he-
sick.
Yeah, he came down super sick for like one day and was just in his hotel room and never came out. And we just joked around that like he invited a bunch of prostitutes to come be in his room with him while we got
To
stranded.
this day, he doesn't confirm or deny it, so.
Yes, he does not. He no comment from him.
So
Yeah.
tweet Sonic the Hedgehog, ask him about it.
But we ended up going to the fashion district by
Yeah, we did.
ourselves. 'cause
Yeah.
we hadn't been there
Yeah, we
yet.
went to Shibuya, tried to find Yoyogi Park, and I don't think we did.
Yeah, we wandered around, found
Yeah.
just a bunch of architecture, kind of not really
Oh, yeah.
what we were looking for, but
What is the gaming district? What's it called?
Shibuya.
No.
Oh no, the gaming
Akihabara?
Akihabara.
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. I was like, I knew it was an A. And
This
I was
bird's
like,
like, I haven't even been there.
we were there like 6 times. I couldn't place.
I
the
think
name
of
it.
Shibuya because
I'm
we
a
were there a lot
professional
too.
Yeah, Shibuya.
weeaboo. Okay, I know things.
Shibuya was where the Bank of America was, where we had to keep getting money
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
Like I failed on that part, but
Yeah, that happened.
Have you guys ever been stalked before?
Yes.
So have I.
Yes.
I was
Has
stalked
that
by several family members,
I
and
stalked
it was
too.
really creepy. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But it was bad.
It's one of the reasons I stopped going to conventions for fun, actually. I have lots of reasons, but that's one of my top ones, is because I kept getting stalked and I was not having it. So.
AJ, have you been stalked?
There was one person who's made me uncomfortable at a convention before, and I feel kind of bad because I don't want to ever jump to conclusions about somebody, but I think it was right after some of the what was her name? The girl that, the YouTube singer that was shot in Florida.
Christina
Crimes?
Grimmie?
What is
Yeah.
it?
Christina Grimmie?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was like right after that. And so I think everybody was kind of on heightened edge at that point in like the YouTube community going, this is a thing we have to remember.
This was at Kamikaze, wasn't it?
Well, I wasn't going to go into more detail than that, but I definitely have felt uncomfortable before. And I think it was specifically because of knowing that that was a thing that like you don't think about because you're like, oh, I make videos for fun and they're stupid and people laugh at them or like memorize the lyrics and stuff. You don't ever go into any deeper thoughts than that. But you know when something like that happens, it reminds you there are people that are very unhealthy that for some reason decide after watching you do this music video or saying they need to go find and kill you. And I don't know how to explain that, but it's something that you become acutely aware that it could happen. And so there was one person that I felt uncomfortable about like that because I felt like I couldn't tell whether they were actually a fan that liked us or if they were there because they were like hunting people or something. So it's like, again, it was foolish. They were fine. But it was one of those things where you have to start looking at people a little more carefully going, I don't know what your motivations are. And I can't just assume you're here because you like the Magikarp song. Like, it's not safe to just jump to anymore. So, yeah.
Nate.
I stalk you. I stalk
Not
you.
that I
So.
think of.
Nice.
I creep around your
I'm
room.
still stalked on social media too. I have
Yeah.
several people who just constantly hit up all of my content daily and will just try to get me to notice them and stuff. And I'm just like, calm down. It's okay.
I
You know.
imagine it's worse when you're a female.
Probably.
Oh, I have one currently who is sort of stalking me, but actually AJ. So every time I have like a
That one,
video
yeah.
I post or whatever, it's always like, "How's AJ? I love AJ. AJ's so cute. Can I be his girlfriend?"
That's the
and
worst.
stuff like that. I'm just like,
Don't do that to people.
I'm like, this is my channel. AJ's not here. Go away. Shoot. Like,
Yeah. You gotta come stalk me personally for yourself.
yes.
Also,
please.
Melanie, thank you for letting Aiden know that this stream was happening. I saw Aiden, I think he was trying to like call you out so that we would call you out, so thank you. Aiden's our moderator, so we wouldn't have had a moderator if Melanie hadn't queued him in.
Woo!
Thanks.
Yeah.
REL Muffin wants to know what Hogwarts houses we're in.
Oh, right.
People keep telling me I'm in Hufflepuff, so it must be true.
I was actually thinking Peter reminds me of someplace between Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
I would be Ravenclaw or Slytherin.
you say Slytherin, but I mean because you have shady enough like for the greater good kind of like
Right.
goals. But I don't feel like blind ambition is something you express.
Okay, that's
you
fair.
seem better natured than that.
Interesting. Huh.
I agree that you don't value humans enough to be in other houses, but
There's like that extended universe stuff. Like, what's her face? Rowling always talks about that you can actually theoretically be in two houses, so like Slitherpuff or something.
Well, there's also like the American houses or whatever too that they have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know
Right.
nothing about, but
Yeah.
I know that that's a thing because there's
Yeah.
obviously an American Hogwarts.
But she did say Hogwarts specifically.
Yes, I know.
So there are only 4 houses in Hogwarts. And, interesting.
yeah. You guys have to answer this too, by the way.
And Hufflepuff,
Don't think you're getting off without it.
Hufflepuffs are very much about like just letting things roll off your shoulders and stuff like that, which is I feel like most of the time everyone can actually be sorted into any of the 4 houses. Like
Yeah.
a good stories are best written when you can identify in some way with everyone. Like that's an important part of storytelling is
Sure.
being able to identify with people. And so splitting up common personality traits into houses means you can pretty much be in any house in a lot of the time.
I identify with Snape.
Okay. That's fine. You don't remind me a lot of him, but certain qualities maybe.
You mean like my questionable antics?
Yeah, you're more interesting than Snape is most of the time.
That's true.
You're more animated and lively is maybe the real phrase I'm looking for. I don't know.
Wampus.
Is that a
The House of Wampus.
I would love to be from the House of Wampus. I'd like tree, just be like, "Ah!" and just like attack everybody. Okay, I love it.
I would assume I'm someplace between Ravenclaw and maybe Slytherin, but you might disagree with that one too, just like I disagree with yours.
I'd say you're Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Think I'm Gryffindor?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 points to Gryffindor?
I get 10 points. I'm from Gryffindor. Nate, where you from?
Just be aware that if you're in Gryffindor, you're never going to be as good as Harry Potter.
Yeah, you know, I've accepted that. Just in my life in
I'm
general.
sorry, Harry Potter is not the best at all.
He's the best, like no one ever
he's
was.
the
the chosen one and everything.
That's
so.
the only reason that he is more important than anyone
Neville
else.
could have been a chosen one. Just saying.
He should have been
Yeah, right.
by the end.
Long
Jeez.
bottom.
Anyway,
You from a house?
I don't know enough about the Harry Potter.
I'm gonna call you
house.
Slytherin.
I feel like
Just
I'd probably
because
be
I don't like
Slytherin.
you.
I feel like I'd probably be Slytherin.
guys, there are plenty
Nah,
of
dude,
good
he's
Slytherins.
Hufflepuff, dude.
Yeah, he is probably Hufflepuff.
Am I?
You huffed.
I don't know
And you
what.
puffed.
Yeah.
What is
And you blew your
Hufflepuff?
own house
Like, how
down.
is
And you didn't care because you were Hufflepuff.
what?
Hufflepuff is
What do they-
everything rolls off your shoulders. You don't take
Yeah.
anything super seriously.
They tend to be
Um,
the easiest going, I think, about like
You're not
stuff that gets everybody else
I
wound
suppose.
up.
You're not I have to get straight A's, but you're not going to just not do anything.
You're also not overly manipulative.
Yeah, they're very balanced in a lot of ways, actually. They're not portrayed as balanced, but I think they're probably the most balanced.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think they have the chip on their shoulder that the other houses do of like I have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
I can see that. Anyway, there was a question from Miss Ginger Snap.
Huffle, Raven,
again.
Slithindor, Slitherdor.
Miss Ginger Snap, are there any characters or musicals that you really connect with or that mean something to you? Anything that somehow has some sort of deeper significance than what everybody just saw when it posted on YouTube?
Francisca von Karma.
Are they
Okay.
talking about just our musicals? Because they just said musicals.
I'm assuming they mean ours. But if you would like to
Because
shout
I'm
something
such
else
a super fan and I feel like I know her best. And when I've read her on the paper, I was sorely disappointed.
she didn't like that she fooled so much.
Because she doesn't. That's not.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Well, that's what everybody grasps at. I mean, it's true, but that's not.
It was a
That's
parody.
one aspect of her personality, and she's more about perfection than she is about fools. Ah!
Yeah, making a song about perfection isn't as much fun as a song about foolish fools. I thought.
I don't think I have a particular connection to anything like that. Sorry.
I really connect with Tingle.
Tingle.
Tingle. I
Tingle.
mean, it was, and somebody had asked us about it, so we'll cycle to you next for that question. But it was one that we joked about. That when you finally got out here, we're gonna make it a Tingle one. You finally got out here, and we made that Tingle one.
Vinfi! Oh my god, you're alive!
Vinfi,
Hi, Vinfi.
go away, Vinfi.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what we meant.
Yeah.
Go away, Vinfi.
Where
He
the
used to
f-
mod
have
some
you
of our
been?
gameplay stuff.
He's busy building the wall.
Fake news media is sick. A horrible mess.
Is this a Chuck Tingle book?
No.
I was waiting for like.
It was a Trump tweet generator that I participated in.
Oh.
That's the one I got. It's pretty good.
Oh, well, that's a weird thing to just have jumped into.
It popped on my feed.
I would say possibly Enos. Not because I'm super attached to Enos as a character, but again because I really, really want to work on more of that, and it means a lot to me. So that is probably the most special thing that we've done. That I really have an actual true attachment that like affects me.
I'm attached to Samus the Spaceman Cowboy.
Right? Samus the
He's a
Spaceman
hero to us all.
He is a hero
So
to
good.
us all.
By the
old
way,
Samus.
Vinfi is not only a friend of ours, but he started as a fan of ours.
He is an illegal immigrant who belongs on the other side of the wall.
Oh.
He's that.
He's gonna pay for that wall.
And
That's a
he-
joke, by the
I
way.
was saying, pretty sure he's actually American. but-
He's played Red in multiple Pokemon musicals of ours. Most notably, I don't know if
Alola,
was
he
he
says.
Red in that, or was he just another person?
Technically, probably
Technically
counts. He was
ish.
wearing mostly.
Okay.
He says he's most notable in Alola. Like, he literally
Yeah.
just said
Yeah.
that.
I mean, he serenaded Markiplier in the Captain Falcon musical too.
Sparrow is right. See, look at that.
So anyway, does anybody still need to answer this question?
I mean,
No, I guess not, because you declined.
I mean, in all seriousness, I don't have attachments to any of our musicals yet
Yeah.
because none of the musicals that we've done, I've been like really like, oh my gosh, I attach myself to this character because like it's literally totally me. Like, I don't have any of those experiences yet. So
A Jedi should have no attachments. So
Thank
So
you.
you're a
Nate.
Jedi.
Thank you.
We kind of already did this one, so I'm not gonna.
Vinfi likes our fireplace.
I like
Well,
you, Vinfi.
we like
our
it too.
fireplace
Come
doesn't
visit
like
us. Come back.
Wouldn't it be crazy if he was like, "Oh, sure, I'll visit you," and then came like an hour from now?
And appeared here.
I mean, if you want to come over tomorrow, Mikey's coming. You could totally come over and we'll
Oh, yeah.
all hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could happen.
We say it on like live stream, and everyone's like, "I want to hang out with you."
Well, specifically, Mikey is bringing us the bendy action figures that he's
That's
created.
true.
It's true. We have 3 of them coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun and exciting. We were hoping that we could have them for like our birthday stream for you guys, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It would have been really fun though to show you exactly what you're gonna be watching.
So,
the stop motion stuff.
Patreon will see them.
Yes. Wasn't there a question earlier about Patreon? Oh, yes, there was. Probably the person that asked it is long since gone. I'll go ahead and throw it out there anyway. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Somebody asked, do you think you'll ever hit the Smash Brotherhood reward on Patreon to be able to move forward with the Smash Brotherhood?
Fun fact, they did.
True.
There was a time where we did.
We did once, but it was a temporary donation, so we knew that that wasn't going to be continuing income that we could rely on, so we couldn't.
Yeah,
in
it was a
good
one-time
faith-
kind of donation.
We couldn't, in good faith, actually consider it hit or met because it wasn't income.
And true enough, it was unhit like literally 4 weeks later,
Yep.
and we were back to going, okay, we can't actually afford to make this
Yep.
every month again.
So,
Will
we
we
haven't
ever-
we haven't seen growth on our Patreon in 3 years.
Not substantial, and we also, when we tried to run the test just to see what encounterers we could work with to do it for a cheaper amount, we didn't see a lot of success there either.
Yeah.
That's no knocking the people that did send things in. There are a lot of talented people, but there were not enough that were ready to work on it, I think, on a professional level for as much time as we needed. So ultimately, it seems like we're going to have to either get really creative or wait. I had a revelation that I have to share with you guys. It's going to kill me. The revelation was realizing that other YouTubers could make that right now. They could pay a professional animation team and they could be making it and doing it. And you guys have the really bad fortune of watching Random Encounters and having heard us talk about what we want to make it like and knowing that we just can't afford to ever do it. So it was really sad when I realized, you know, if Mark ever decides he wants to make the Smash Brotherhood, he could go do it and he wouldn't have to send out these emails and stuff like that. We're not Mark, so unfortunately you're stuck with waiting on us to ever become as good and as big and well liked as Mark, so we could afford to do that. Or maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe one day Mark will want to make it himself instead, and then it'll just get made instead. But that's why you shouldn't like small YouTube channels, because we can't make
We're not
our
even
dream
a small.
projects.
We're not even a small YouTube channel anymore.
I guess not.
No, that's why you should like small YouTube channels, but you should also like small YouTube channels and give them money.
So that one day they can be like the big channels. They can do the same things that big
Shut up,
channels do.
Vinfi.
Yeah. Wait, you're not Markiplier?
him.
No,
Instead it's
it's
taken over.
Markiplier, not even Markiplier.
Okay. Yeah.
Aiden, you need to time out Vinfi.
Can he time out other mods?
I think so.
I just made Vinfi a mod like 2 seconds ago, so
Amazing.
that's
Yeah.
fun.
So it'd be really fun. Maybe one day if we're a gigantic channel, we'll just can the Patreon thing entirely and we'll just make it with, you know, our own money. Maybe we can just do that one day.
Yeah.
We're much too small to do that right now, and unless a bigger YouTube channel decides to do it, it just sounds like it's an idea that's going to float in the subspace and not exist until somebody can afford to do it.
Aiden almost came to California. I
Yeah.
saw
Says
him
no.
ask someone or
Curses.
wherever.
Well, maybe one day he will.
Now we're having a battle of the mods.
Here's a question. LPS, a bunch of other characters. What do you think about guinea pigs? What do you think about them?
I don't care about them.
Skip.
Whatever.
They're cool.
Sorry.
They're not my kitties, so I don't care.
Crazy TARDIS Panda asks, has Miss Bird written any songs? If not, can she write some songs?
I have written some songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave them one to use. I don't know if they're ever gonna use it. But
I've been hearing some new songs from you recently, too.
Have
What?
you?
She didn't write that one.
That's the from Portal.
Yeah, isn't there one that you've been working on?
You think I wrote that? He thinks I'm talented.
It's from Portal 2.
That is?
Yeah.
I'm Joko, apparently.
Oh.
Woo! I'll take it. I'm Jonathan Colton now, guys. Hi!
I genuinely thought it.
No.
So that should be a testament then to your skill. But I believe that was one of your songs.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It is really good. So I appraise your decision to make that one then.
Thanks.
You appraise.
I mean,
praise.
it's true. I did do the
I praise her
arrangement
as
for it.
being
So I guess you
skilled.
can appreciate my
you go.
arrangement.
But
Yeah.
if you go to her channel, she's got some music.
I do.
Lying around on that.
I think I have four original songs that I've written on it. One which I have given them. They're probably going to change it up, so it's not going to sound like the one I posted, but that is the original. So you can cross compare whenever they use it to what it was sounding like before, and you can decide which one you like better. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else want to plug their music while we're talking about?
Go to Sparrow Rain.
go to
There you
Sparrow Rain. Go to Camp Usanis too.
True.
I'm collaborating with him at the moment, which is the song he thought I was doing. Or actually wrote, and he is amazeballs and makes me sound like trash. So you should definitely go give him a listen because he is fantastic.
We should have you sit on the other edge next time so that you can command those things.
Yeah. Guide Sorcery wanted to know how we feel about fans reorchestrating or reinterpreting our music.
Do what you will.
Yeah, we're pretty flexible. In fact, I really like hearing some people's takes. There have been some really cool
Yeah.
versions.
Generally, the only thing we ask is that you make sure you're putting your own creative touches and you credit us in the description and ideally in the video, and you don't name the video the exact same thing that ours is named because we don't want competing search
Search,
engine
yeah.
optimization issues.
Yeah, it gets confusing and harder to find.
But other than that,
ours.
just be creative and sure, remix, remake, do what you want.
I'm the tricky one because I have my own channel and do music sometimes. I feel like if I give you permission to do it, then it's cool. But if you just kind of just take it and like don't credit me or anything like that, then I get like defensive and like, well, why did you do that? And then I come after you with my mighty band hammer and kick it off the internet.
Yeah.
So it's
Everyone
kind
has
of in the
different-
same vein of them, but I'm a little bit more protective of
Everyone
things
has
I've
different
made.
policies.
Yeah.
1 hour versions don't count as creativity.
No, it doesn't. That's stupid. Why would
Yeah, that's kind of bland.
And don't be like, oh, I'm at 10 hours, because that's still... Also, I hope your computer dies if you do it.
Dave Seraph wants to know, what do musicals generally cost to produce?
Depends on the musical, honestly.
Or what's the most expensive one that we've had to make?
Honey Pop was like $700.
I'm gonna say, ones with a lot of costuming tend to be more expensive. If we have to build a set, that tends to be more expensive. So I can tell you on Bendy, we've dropped like $100 like 3 times now on set materials, and the characters alone cost even more. Kind of like the FNAF puppets cost some money to produce. The Bendy puppet is going to be kind of expensive as well, and we had to make several. So I don't know what the most expensive one is, but it probably cost us over $1,000.
It's
It might
probably
be
really
Phoenix
gross.
Wright.
I'm sorry, guys. There's an itch. I'm better now.
Disney says Enos 2 is expensive technically, right? And it was. He's right. We did have a budget that was being produced by, Disney for us. So
I
on
miss
that
getting
occasion,
paid that rate. That was a nice rate.
I know, right? Like the people working
Yeah, it
on
was.
Resident Enos 2 got paid. That includes Mark and Dodger. So that is an unusual situation. Usually we get to work with other YouTubers and we don't pay people for it. Because the idea is like, oh, we're working together and we can you guys can post some bloopers and stuff. On that one, Disney was like, we're going to pay the thing. So, pay everybody, industry rates instead. And we were like, gladly. So that was technically an expensive musical.
How
It was
long do you
covered.
plan to continue the stream?
Great question. We probably should be wrapping up.
No,
Technically.
I'm having fun.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages left in this that might have questions we want to get to. I don't know. Maybe I'll just run through them really quick. Speed round. 5 questions speed round. Here's a question from Nuke. Speaking of Hollywood, would you like to have more actors for your musicals?
I mean, we already talked about that like 5 hours ago.
5 hours.
Yeah, because I would just assume it's akin to YouTubers, and you're all like,
Okay.
we're our own channel,
True.
and we want to be our own people, and sometimes we'll have people in, but we're not going to go out and get them all the time.
Well,
So-
since we're speaking of Hollywood, are there Hollywood people that we want to have in
Oh, you mean
musicals?
like John Cena?
Yeah. That could have been cool,
Oh,
right?
He doesn't get flagged.
I think we can talk about it, well, loosely talk about it now without getting in trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
Basically, we tried to get John Cena in a musical. Nintendo tried to hook us up. Things didn't quite work out.
I memed at him. I did.
You did.
I said, "Cash me outside." How about that?
Yeah, it was very cool meeting John Cena. It's a real shame there was no musical at the end of it to put up because we had to delete the footage once we started.
Yeah, we were not very clear.
Situation.
Oh, we had to
We
delete the footage.
we were told one
Yes.
thing, someone else was told something else. So then there was this whole big miscommunication about things, and then bad things happened at the end of it.
The important thing is we got to meet John Cena and we got to play 1-2 switch with him.
He was very nice, not what I expected.
Yeah, and you even got in like their ads. For
I
1-2
did.
switch.
I'm in that
Yeah,
ad.
with John Cena.
I sure am.
Yeah, they made it look like you beat him too.
Right, that was
They
fun.
like edited it so
With
that it
my
looked like you
little
won.
angry hat, even.
Yeah, yeah, it made you look like you like beat him at it.
I
John Cena beat everybody
I'm
at that
kind
game.
of disappointed they didn't keep the tape where I ducked. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
know.
was
I
pretty
was like,
funny.
that'd be really funny because no one's gonna duck when they play 1-2 switch.
Exactly,
and then, you did
I did.
Like, I'll duck under the gun
I
so
know.
you can shoot me. I think it should work. Really,
It was-
the gyro should tell.
Yeah.
Oh, they tried to duck the bullet.
Yeah, it was fun because I didn't know how the game worked. I had no clue, and I was like, ducking seems like a good idea.
And the little cowboy's like, draw. I'm like, John Cena. I'm like, I would duck. That'd scare me.
Right?
Don't kill me, John Cena.
He was so tall.
He was big.
Jesus.
They talk kind of like this. I was like not prepared for him to be like,
Oh yeah, he was.
hey guys, what's going on? Shadow Fox, will you do any video musicals with low subscribed YouTubers?
Hi, hello. I'm a
People
low
that don't get
subscribed
paid.
YouTuber. I just crossed 20,000 the other day, so I'm pretty low. I'm pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've worked with Katie Wilson when she was a lot smaller.
True, when she was like 10,000.
Jennifer Zhang was pretty small when we worked with her. So I mean, generally,
Markiplier was small when we worked with him.
well,
first
he was
time.
smaller. he was
Yeah, he was-
only 2 million subscribers.
I was gonna say he was really small back then, but he worked with us and we were nothing. And for that being said, today was our 6th birthday. That means 6 years ago, this channel had 0 subscribers. There was no one subscribed to us, and now there's over 650,000 people subscribed to us. So thank you to you guys for being
Vinvy's
part of it.
right. He's got a low subscriber rate, and
Sure. Oh,
he got
Midnight Marinara.
featuring. Yeah.
Yeah,
Prop
so
Master's
we're-
Handbook?
yeah.
Basically, yes. Usually, most of them are connected to
What's
us.
her face? The other one, Monty?
We
Ivan
haven't
Monty,
done. Oh, we
haven't-
did work on saying on her channel.
Yeah.
Yes, but
But she's not exactly small
Yeah.
at this point.
Well,
I
wasn't
mean, Angie
she though?
Viper's kind of small still.
Because
Work
she
with
did
her.
a cover of the Eevee song. I mean, I know that's not technically working with you, but it's
Right.
taking
True.
your song.
Well, we did the My Little Pony thing too. Okay, Audrey, we'll keep it
I'm
in
sorry,
mind.
but $2 is not enough to bring.
It is.
I- you know,
It is very helpful to us. So
The
thank you
reason
for
why I
donating.
started Sketty Yeti is because I believed in Replayed so hard, and it wasn't my channel to keep and upkeep and all that kind of stuff. So if you care about Replayed, that's kind of why Sketty Yeti exists.
Yeah, you can
So
go watch Sketty Yeti and you can see Miss
They
Birdie
sometimes come on it. So, I mean, it's not exactly, random encounters as playing video games, but it's sort of the same kind of concept and thread. So,
Yeah. It would be fun to bring back more. We've talked about bringing back Meet Your Maker before because I miss trolling Nate with Mario Maker levels, and I miss getting so mad. I even saw them get used in like some other like gaming channels like content. Yeah, there was like a gaming channel that like
Hey.
featured one of our Let's Plays in it.
I enjoyed playing Dead Space with Nate, but no one else enjoyed watching it because it was boring.
He tries.
We did try.
You know, so maybe we'll bring it back one day. It's not gonna be forever dead, hopefully, but we're gonna need a bigger.
I don't know what the
gaming audience.
streaming issues everyone's having could be because it's green over here.
Because also no one's saying what the issue is. They're just
True.
saying there's some issues.
Well, usually that means like freezing
Glitching,
or pausing or
lagging,
something
yeah,
like
buffering.
that. But usually it would show up as on a red icon on the bottom right of the screen there. But it's green, so I don't know what else I can do.
Kerrigan, would you guys ever consider performing live?
we
We
have.
have.
It's a disaster.
And we will
should
be
never
at
do it
SodaCon.
anymore. It's a mistake.
It's a
SodaCon, do you
mistake,
hear
and
me?
yet we'll do it because you guys like watching it.
In
yeah.
fact, there are some videos on the internet that you can see them perform. What was it, Pikmin the musical?
Oh yeah.
With
There's
men?
that one.
In a small, tiny
there's-
room where your friggin' heads kept hitting the ceiling?
Yeah, there's a couple other songs live. I think you can go find.
You can
still
find
from
Needle
J-Pop.
Mouse.
Yeah, Needle Mouse.
Needle
was the,
Mouse,
like,
Angry
first one.
Birds, Dead Space,
Yeah.
Ganondorf.
There are a
Pikachu.
number you can go find if you look for them, but
But Miss Bird mentioned someone mentioned we're doing.
Nate did.
we're doing some live shows at SodacCon, which has been scrolling underneath the screen for the past like 2 hours. We're going to a convention, and it's there are going to be live shows there. So check out the link in the description and look up SodacCon if you want to go.
Yeah, somebody
South
there.
Dakota.
Yeah, somebody there might take video of it, so you might find it on YouTube afterwards. I don't know. We're not going to film them, but so that's a thing that might happen.
Miss Bird, why do you hate FNAF? I already did a video on it on my channel. You
Yeah.
can
True.
actually go find it. So
Go
go
to Sparrow
look at
Ring.
that. And
Yeah.
you can find out all of it. Go ahead. Go and click on that. Go.
One other reminder about why we don't do stuff live is because like 3 of us went to film school to do like television and film, and you don't do stuff live. Like TV shows and movies, they're filmed and edited and scripted and things like that. When you have to do it live, you can't make mistakes and edit them out, or change angles and stuff. So it's not what we do. We're not theater people. We are film people that don't memorize things, and that's good because it means we can like move on to the next video immediately, and we don't ever have to have remembered all the words before doing the show. But live, you kind of do. So.
I'm a theater person, and if they gave me enough time, I could probably give them stage directions and actually make a whole little live show for them. But they
YouTube
don't give me
and
enough
time-
time.
We would still have to be able to remember.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
YouTube
well,
and
good at
time
that.
don't
No.
go well together. YouTubers don't usually, and that's why I think Mark's
well, that's
show.
what I mean by time, because like it wouldn't just be me having all the time. It would be like someone who doesn't remember lines, Peter, like you, needing the time to remember things.
Yeah.
So
But that's not going to happen
exactly.
because I
So
have musicals to make.
that's another reason
Yeah.
why live shows aren't a thing that we're good at.
Mark on his tour right now, I'm pretty sure they're keeping things loosey-goosey for the same kinds of reasons. They're YouTubers. They don't have a lot of time to go create huge scripted performances and operas and majestic, things like that. They have to be able to just kind of be interesting on the fly and have people still like them because they don't have time to be Broadway.
Yeah.
We're not Broadway, we're YouTube. So sorry to everybody who's going to see us at SodacCon. We're going to try to make it fun still. Yay! And I think it will be fun. Okay, we're down to like the last 2 pages of these. So, yeah, you guys, we're going to be wrapping up very quickly.
Good, because I want steak.
Yeah, and bye to everybody who's leaving
and cake.
before we get through them.
Steak and cake.
Sarah T, is there something that you have to keep an eye on for every musical? Anything that we have to keep an eye on every time we make a musical?
I mean, I don't know what that even was.
AJ
I'll
has to
tell you
keep an
one.
eye on me because I get a little squirrely.
That could be. I was going to suggest the beard. We have to keep an eye on the beard in every musical.
Continuity.
Because there are so many musicals that we've done, and then we get to the end of it, and then we have this realization, where's the beard in this musical? And we realize we didn't put him in. And then we have this emergency freakout session where we figure out how to get the beard still in the musical. That is something that, like, believe it or not, we actually forget to do sometimes.
That's a fair point. And the answer, the way that we do it every time now, when we forget it, when we made the Mass Effect song, we shot the beard on green screen, playing slots, and that made it into the Mass Effect musical. We've reused that green screen footage, integrated it into multiple places on our channel when we forget about the beard. So like, what was it? The Why Not Wii U?
Yeah,
he was in the store playing with the things, like the games and stuff.
Same clip is used, I think, at the end of Cubone Heart Mudkip, because I think that's the same footage of him standing, though, inside the building now. Yeah, I can't remember all the
I don't
times
remember
he's
them
shown
all.
up.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of shots of the beard just standing someplace.
and that's all the same footage.
Yeah.
Now we have another piece of footage of him running on green screen for from Minesweeper, but we don't use it often.
I say we have him on green screen now from Phoenix Wright as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like the easiest.
Nice.
But yeah, it's always been the same clip of the beard, like playing slots. He just hiding behind things. Yeah. So that's something we have to keep an eye on, because if we don't, we'll forget. We'll upload the video, and then people will say, "I couldn't find the beard," and then we're like, "The beard's not in this one." It's happened like twice. So, anybody?
He
got
was
anything
busy that day. He was sleeping.
Yeah.
Sparrow, type in Sketty Eddie too.
Oh, what?
Tricked.
Oh.
Type in Sketty Eddie. Yeah. Tricked by the Eggman is one of the ones he's not in, and we just be like, "Well, you get tricked by the Eggman if you spend your time looking for him in that one."
Oh, whoops! I turned on my flashlight again.
All right, here's the last question from here. We are out of these. old
No,
questions.
no, stop. No, stop.
Katie
Why?
is crazy.
Thank
Katie
you.
is crazy. Wanted to know, has there ever been a musical that you had to abandon, but you'd like to come back to it now? Something that we started and you couldn't finish?
Want really badly Goat Simulator with Markiplier as the goat and a metal song. I want that. I'm the only one that apparently wants that, but that's okay.
I want it too, but my actual answer is a League of Legends musical. I don't play League, I don't know League, but the idea that we had for our League of Legends musical was so cool and unique that I really, really still want to do it one day. I'm not going to tell you the idea yet because it's not set in stone. I don't, whatever. But the idea was really, really cool, and I don't think anyone's done anything like it.
Oh my gosh, what about that musical that was supposed to be for what's her face?
Yeah, I thought about that one, but I know.
Oh, am I allowed to say that? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got attached to the project enough. In some
I am
ways.
so in love with that song.
I know the music is
I
fun,
want
so
people to hear it.
we talked about recycling the music for like TF2 or something, so we might end up.
It would be good for another Yandere song.
Or that, yeah.
That could be a fun rival one.
Nice.
True.
She's talking. We were gonna do basically a Gamer Girls musical with Felicia Day at one point, and that kind of fell through. But we already had some music written for it.
I did the temp track for it.
Yeah, so we're looking in. We've been looking into potentially reusing that music at some point.
There is an idea. I just remembered it. It got so nowhere. Like we didn't even make progress.
The Mario Party one?
No, but actually that reminds me of another one I want to do though. We had an entire script for a Sonic 2006 musical.
For really?
Yes,
Oh
and
my.
it was funny, and I don't even know where it is now. It's gonna break my heart that I don't know how to find that.
And it'll break your heart if he does find it.
No, it was gonna be hilarious. Like we sat down for an evening and watched all of the cutscenes from that game and stuff, and I was like, this is gonna be so good. And it was just this revolving door of awful Sonic characters coming in and leaving
cake.
again. And it was gonna be
I wanna
really
show them the
exciting.
cake, if I can.
So I can't remember that one, but that one actually is my new answer. The one I was going to say that I still would like to do one day was a Badasses of Games musical,
What do you think I'm gonna do? Throw it across the room?
where we have some of our like YouTube friends that are like gaming people, like Mark and like Nate and Matt Pat and Gerard and people like that. And you find all the tough guys in video games, like Duke Nukem and Serious Sam and Max Payne
And
like,
Samus the Spaceman Cowboy.
yeah, the Doom guy. Like you just get all these guys that are just like tough gun wielding like psychos basically, and you have like a basically you do the Expendables but with those guys, and they have like a cool like song where they have to work together to do something. I'm like, that'd be a really fun project, and having all of like these familiar gaming celebrities
And then
basically
Alan
in
Wake
it.
shows up at the end and goes, hey guys, I'm here too.
Yeah, we talked about having some things like that, so that'd be really fun. I hope one day we have a good reason to make that video.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nate, now that we've done Tingle, do you have any left?
Anything that we haven't gotten a chance to make, but we've talked about making.
So this is our cake. You guys were asking to see it, so I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is the cake that we're using today to celebrate the 6 years on YouTube and stuff. So I hope
Oh, Nate ate it. All of it just now.
Cool.
you can find it at Vaughn's if you have a Vaughn's. It's like $20.
I'm really waiting for it to slide out.
I know, right? I'm really hoping it doesn't.
Well, I am careful, unlike.
You did good, Miss Bird.
Thank you, Mr. I put whipped cream in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
You're never living that down.
Nate, you got anything?
I was thinking,
No?
I can't think of anything. No.
All right.
Can I be the happy mask salesman in your next Zelda video?
Probably.
If we do a Majora's Mask musical, that'd be kind of
I would love to do it.
Yeah.
I know I'm a female, but I've got the face for it.
She can do a
So,
face
that's
reveal.
Dave now, though.
I don't
They've
care.
already done one.
good. It's true. Yeah, 3 Days of Clocktown was kind of like our Majora's Mask musical. I don't know. There's a lot.
Shut
of
up,
projects.
Vinfi.
It's a lot of projects that'd be fun to make.
Just so you know,
Vinci.
Peter put an aerosol can of whipped cream in the freezer because he completely
Because he thought.
misunderstood something she said.
Okay, look. Here was the exact sequence of events. Miss Bird and I went out and bought stuff. Ice cream and whipped cream
I made a cherry pie the other day.
yes. We bought ice cream and whipped cream as some of the things that, well, we bought. Anyway, came home and I was putting away the ice cream in the freezer. And she handed me the whipped cream and said, this too. And I said, in the freezer? And she didn't say anything, so I put it in the freezer. And I closed the door and then everyone yelled at me. And now I'm never gonna live it down for the rest of my life.
It's because nowhere in that sequence of events did you think to yourself, I should not put this aerosol can in the freezer.
That is correct. I did not think that. Well, no, I did.
I'd also like to
because why would I
mention-
have asked in the freezer if I hadn't? But I didn't think further.
It also says on the can, do not freeze.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna read the can while putting it away. Like,
Well, you should. Here, put this away. Don't put it in the freezer.
Well, you just don't blindly follow. Even if she actually did say that, you'd be like, this shouldn't go in the freezer. Like, use your logic.
This is why I suppose I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh yeah,
Common sense
probably.
is a dying thing.
Yeah. Well, it has been quite a long time, I think, tonight, and we're
Shut up,
probably,
Finfeed!
But
we're probably ready to actually get ourselves some dinner,
Yeah.
and we're probably going to work on some Bendy and the Ink Machine tonight still. Speaking of, please follow us on social media if you're not, if you want to see any updates, because we are going to be sharing more updates that we've done over the past couple days. And I think that's pretty much it.
Use
So,
Instagram. Oh, you're right.
URL encounters, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't put the S, but I thought I typed
It's all
it.
good.
Sorry, Instagram, Twitter, right?
Yep.
And what's your Tumblr?
Oh, I don't remember, to be
And-
honest.
3 musicals. But, like, no. I don't know. Just don't
Yeah.
put Tumblr.
And Twitter. Done.
Well,
Cool. I love your backspace.
It's because it's too far away.
We've already established that it's terrible.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Choose mine next time. It's much better.
Random Encounters has been online for 6 years now,
Yep.
and we hope to see you guys again for our 7th birthday next year at this time. So,
Hopefully more than you.
yeah, we'll see.
No offense.
But thank you guys for all you've done for the channel and for continuing to stand by us. And we can't wait to see you guys with a video on Friday on our channel and one over on the Best Fiends YouTube channel, which will be a musical number.
And if you're near South Dakota, if you're near South Dakota, go to SodacCon and see us there.
Stay tuned
Yeah.
for a Papers, Please musical.
Oh, we didn't confirm anything. You heard nothing. Bye, guys. Thanks a lot for coming. AJYJ, beard salute. Woo!
Peace.
And that is 6 years. 6 years of beard saluting, except only from the last year.